Diggs is getting some like fucking hockey rollerblades, man. He's going all. These aren't like the little fucking plastic ones. He's going with the goddamn.
Wait, there's video of it?
I mean,
he posted a photo strictly of his rollerblades on Instagram.
No way.
Just one of them right there. It's a legit fucking roller.
Whoa, dude.
You're all in on his rollerblade.
Yeah. The only problem, so you could go rollerblades.
Look at these fucking things.
Which legit.
Rollerblades.
You get on the highway with these, bro.
Rollerblades have the brake on the back, or you could go inline skates. And I went inline skates because they're fucking, the swag on them is much more.
Bro, I feel like they're much more dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
You got to drag the inside of the foot, right? You got to shave down the wheels.
Only on one of them.
Yeah, you got to drag the inside of the foot.
They got laces.
Yeah, they got laces.
Look at them, bro.
You're gonna lace those things up one time and never do it again.
Ever. These are hockey skates.
Yo, how do you think I'm getting to work every day?
Dude, have you worked out that front outside shin?
Yeah.
The front outside
You
shin.
got to work this stop right here to slide in like.
I have those special socks, and then I got that.
I don't think you do that on rollerblades. But what he just said, don't do, by the way. I don't think you do the side.
You can if you're really good.
Really?
I'm not there yet.
I used to do it on fucking roller skates. I'd come in with the fat wheels.
I watched a YouTube video on it.
Rollerbladers are doing it?
Yeah.
No
They're
way.
really good.
I'd love to see Sean.
Yeah,
do
like
that.
the Mighty Ducks through Mall of America, they could probably do it.
That was a good run.
But I bought one of
They
those
dodged everything.
slippery boards, Pat, that you have the socks on and you slide back and forth. I think that's good for my outer leg.
Oh, yeah, that is a good exercise. That's a good rehab exercise for the knees. Did you really buy one of them?
No.
I don't know how you work out that outside part of your shin.
I think you just massage it.
It's debilitating, man. Like, as soon as that thing locks up, you can't do shit. As soon as that locks up, you can't do shit.
You can't push off or you can't do anything.
Anything. I got my hoverboard back alive, by the way,
Is it charging right now?
right now.
So are you gonna?
So happy.
Now I gotta use one.
I know you. I trust everyone in this room. I trust Ty that he ordered the right one. I trust that you plugged it in right. I just don't think you should leave it plugged in overnight in this office.
We'll never do that. I've heard so many horror stories that I would never let that happen.
Good.
That's why I was so worried to get a charger to begin with for that thing. It's been sitting in there for a year uncharged because I lost the charger. Ty Schmidt, Best Buy Employee of the Year a couple times. He was
got
like,
stock.
He was like, yeah, I can figure. He's got stock. It's going down. He's like, I can find you one, and you did. It's working.
I made sure I got a lower voltage one too, so if you do so that it
Yeah,
wasn't gonna
that's the
like
trick.
blow up or anything like that when you plugged it in.
So it's a
many
smaller explosion.
Too much juice.
Hopefully it won't explode at all.
The radius is smaller. It brings it in
Of the
tighter.
blow.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a smaller blast if it blows up. Why were they blowing up? It was too much juice?
Too much juice.
I think so. Yeah, it's like
let's
the
clarify.
idea.
They don't blow up.
They start a fire?
They catch on fire.
That's blowing up.
That's blowing up.
There's no shrapnel. You don't have to dodge anything.
So they-
It just burns.
I think
Well-
you've seen these hoverboard trucks.
I have.
What you want to do is go to a fireworks store, get a bunch of firecrackers, some cherry bombs, tape them to the charger.
Okay.
So if it does blow, you get a little fucking show.
At least if the fire's going to start, something's coming
Couple
with it.
bottle rockets.
That makes sense. That's right. That is probably what we should do. I'm happy it's just charged, man.
How about you put bottle rockets and you make it sit so if it does light on fire, it shoots out of the building and blows up in the sky. Problem fucking solved.
Yeah, it's like a warning shot. Hey, firefighters, come here.
Yeah, it's giving a heads up. But I was very scared to charge it, and Ty got one. Ty got a good charger in there. I'm real excited about it. Plug that thing in. I'm going to be on it here in about 10, 15 minutes when the show's over.
Do you think that was like
15. Hey, are you gonna fucking get the little car that connects to it that you can fucking sit on it? And
Yeah, that's why this all happened. Because earlier this week there was that viral video of old buddy sitting on a chair with the fucking hoverboard in the front, and he was just rolling that chair down fucking Broadway almost across a jaywalking situation. I was like,
Well,
need that immediately.
we might have to get some other ones in here and get a little fucking
definitely a
fucking
few of those
frat
things
started.
caught on fire, but they made it into like this national scare. Do you think that was an agenda by
Yeah.
Big Board
Yeah.
or Big Blade because they knew they were getting their market cut into?
Look at these blades. They're expensive. Those things are fucking thick. They got a lot going on. That's an expensive thing. Whenever all of a sudden the fucking future hoverboards come knocking on their door, they're not going to go down quietly. They're going to fucking attack them at all costs. A PR attack and a large PR attack.
Even Big Bike got involved because people were stopped. They were done buying bikes because of the hoverboards.
Big walk companies too. Nope.
Yeah.
Everybody stopped walking there for a while.
Yeah, the walk.
Here I am.
Skechers was pissed as fuck.
Not happy.
Using my own legs like a sucker.
Pussy.
Sucker, old school, walk up hills both ways. We get it.
Hashtag bitch made.
Walking with your walking ass.
Oh, walking asshole. Look at this foot going foot of this foot ass.
Just one foot in
fuck.
front of the fucking other.
Oh, one foot in front of the other ass. At Wiz Khalifa is joining us. Ryan
Let's
Colley,
go.
one of the original Barstool Indie, Barstool America, Barstool Heartland employees.
I forgot about Barstool America.
It was there.
About a week.
Yeah, we all did.
Got those clean ass tees though.
We got out of there.
Got
We
a
had
clean ass white
good
tee.
tees. Good tees. And then you're a man who lives in Detroit. Your wife lives up there. I did not enjoy the separation between you and your wife. I made a strategic decision to send you back to Detroit, but still work with us. And we have something magical coming out with Wiz Khalifa. I'm being serious when I say that. I think it's going to be something very powerful. We're in the early stages now. We're creating a documentary addressing the PTSD issue with like actual footage from you filming at war.
Yep.
And then the procedures to hopefully cure that. And we're tackling like a really serious thing. I don't know if anybody will expect it to come out of this building. It's gonna be a fucking great talk.
We're gonna blow some people away. I think.
I think we're gonna really change the opinions about a lot of things in this because PTSD is something that is obviously a very, very serious subject that happens with fucking all of these soldiers coming back. Just knowing that whenever you military, I'm a dangle from your balls real quick.
Go ahead.
The modern military, yeah, you respect, you deserve that. All right. Modern military signs up knowing that they're going to war. Right? There's been a war for fucking 15 years now. 17 years now? And everybody knows that they're going to war. Back in the day, people would sign up willing to protect this country, everything like that. Honorable, incredibly honorable. But the modern military signs up knowing that they're going to some sort of war. Something's going to happen. There's a good potential. And there's a lot of PTSD coming back. And there's a lot of things that lives are being changed. It's not a video game, just turn on, turn off. And I think our documentary is going to be able to really attack that subject and how to cure it.
Yeah, I think so. And I think what our goal here is to show exactly of who you are before, and then what you become, or how that affects you.
Footage from in war. Think footage from like in war from his perspective, like straight from his camera angle. And it was very wild to watch. It was like something where it was like, holy shit, as somebody who is intrigued by like all this type of stuff, it was so intriguing to watch it. And we hired a fucking like a guy I'm good friends with who's a production company owner for like 20, 30 years. I'm like, hey man, I think we got the potential to make something powerful here. I think, now granted, I would like to learn how you're going to do it, but I don't want to be the one to fuck up. I should not be fucking this up. Like it should be somebody else should be putting this together. So I'm real excited for it. Ryan, we appreciate you letting us do
man,
that.
of course. I mean, you've given me the opportunity to, be here and do this. And
how long were you in? How long were you in the Army?
4 years.
4 years. You signed up. You got hurt while deployed.
Yep.
Correct.
Yep.
10 months.
Injured my knee.
10 months in
Iraq. Mm-hmm.
Also pronounced
shithole. For all of you that have been paying attention.
Silent T there.
shithole. Hole. Whip.
So
How did you get all the footage from your POV? Did you ask, or did you just have it with you already?
Great question, Diggs. Because I don't even know if we're allowed to use this footage.
So
Now we are.
yeah.
I cleared it.
Oh, you cleared it with the tactical. Was it Department of Defense?
Took it up with the DOD.
He sent a tweet,
I
got
have
to the
faith.
guy, did a one guy.
I have friends in the
Mattis.
Pentagon. It's not a big deal.
No biggie.
Name here.
You're a fucking idiot. But the footage.
So I mean, it was the very first camera I'd ever bought. I just went to the PX like a week before we left, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna see whatever I can, how much I can get.
It's incredible shit that you don't see because news covers war. So everybody thinks like they see the war, right? And there's sometimes you watch some documentaries where there's some firefights and shit. But the actual war is like these people away from their families at all times. And they're in barracks, they're convoying, like all the things that you don't think about, like the tiny things you're like, at any given moment, any of these people can die. Like it is just such a wild situation. It's a wild life. And it was your footage. Once I started watching it, I was like, holy shit, this is a whole different perspective. This is literally one vet's view. Like this is one veteran's view of his time at war.
Now, I mean, I never had any type of training. You know what I mean? Like I just bought this this camera, and I was like, and I actually used it a lot. Like I would scan rooftops because I could zoom in. Yeah, so like I was a gunner, so my scope and I was a 240 gunner most of the time and a 50 cal gunner.
Just
So
for
a lot
those
of
you
times
at
we
home-
didn't have.
Just for those of you at home wondering.
Yeah, no big deal.
Yeah, no big fucking deals. I don't know what any of that means.
I'm thinking about getting a 50 cal on top of my car. So
Ah, that's not a bad idea.
I'm gonna need
Cows
backup.
are those big ass mounted guns that
I
basically
know.
saw people in
Believe
half.
me. I have a Prius. I know what I'm getting.
You got to fix that wheel because you're about
I
to
got
be-
fixed today.
That's come on. Oh, and the bird
Is it
calls
back?
I'm
It's
trying.
back.
I got to start doing it more.
Sorry, that's 100% our fault. We're too
Nah,
high.
you're good.
We're too
You're
high.
good.
I'm lit. I'm lit.
What did you say though? So you were you were using the camera to scan stuff.
Okay, so I'd have my service weapon, which is my M4, and then I'd have the mounted weapon. And neither, like I had an ACOG, which is like a scope. I think it does like 3 times. So, but my camera would do like 10 times. So I could, I can get in further. So I feel like if there was anything that was going to happen, I just fucking dropped my camera. I didn't give a fuck. But this thing was like $200-300.
Yeah, did you
Just
hold it
drop
away from you a little bit so that because isn't that what like snipers aim for? Is that type of shit?
Well, like if you're going to have a flashlight, yeah, you're basically giving away your position.
Gotcha.
That's
Because I watch those movies and it's like they see the sun reflection off the scope.
guys smoking cigarettes.
The lens flare.
You can like guys that get noise and light discipline is a big thing. Okay, so you're out in the field and guys smoking a cigarette, that's a scope point right on your face. You're just giving the guy,
Yeah, you're literally lighting up a
giving him-
target.
yeah.
That's wild.
So yeah.
So you have all that stuff on film.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff, man. Yeah.
So I cannot wait.
Lot of-
I think it's going to be a powerful thing. I'm very thankful that you're choosing to do that. Now, granted, let's move forward. We all thank you very much for your service.
Mm-hmm.
Very thankful. You live in Michigan, where medicinal marijuana is legal.
Yes.
Yep.
Do you have a green card in Michigan?
It's a medical marijuana license, yes.
Okay, so how do you do that? You got to go to like Dr. Laffey, and he gives you like how's that work?
Yeah.
Isn't that what they say? They say like,
it's-
there's a Dr. Happy in LA that I've heard. Everybody has told me like stop by Dr. Happy's office. You just say that your back hurts. He'll give you the green card. You're good to go.
They're all say that though. It's an absolute scam just for the money.
Yeah, absolutely right. It's just a scam.
Well, I mean,
That's-
they know that. Yeah, they just those doctors there are just going to pump people,
Especially out there.
But with a PTSD, that's a real thing.
right?
feel like.
I mean, they don't really have any reason to turn me down.
So
know what I
you
mean?
go in there, you
Right.
get your card, and
Yeah.
whenever you go into one of these medicinal shops, I've never got a chance to do that.
Oh.
It's the best.
I've never got a chance.
It's the
Like
best.
a candy shop.
So
We go to Denver. They tell us we went and played the Broncos in Denver after it was legalized, and I was specifically told, like straight to my face, by like NFL security, basically our team security. It was like, do not go to any of the marijuana shops, and I was like, why though? Like I can't even experience it. They're like, it's just a bad look for everybody if you get caught in it. I'm like, nobody's gonna know me out here. They're like, oh, you're not gonna talk about it. You're not gonna talk about it. I'm like, good call. I guess you're right. So I've never even got a chance to see it. You walk in there though, and it's just a buffet of everything.
So we all know like the whole experience of trying to get a hold of a drug dealer.
Yes.
It could be 3 hours.
Come
You
see,
call,
come sa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the worst.
Weed
3
dealers do
days.
not. I mean, across the board for the most part, people who sell weed are fucking lazy.
Don't they want to sell their product?
No, they just not
don't.
motivated.
No, they are mad that they have to get rid of it at this point. That's how they make you
Yeah.
feel. Like, I'm sorry, I'm doing you a disservice, sir, by getting something off your hand that you specifically have to get rid of.
Yeah.
Like,
If you don't want to sell drugs,
Like, I'm
don't
sorry.
sell drugs.
I am so sorry.
Weed
Unbelievable.
dealers like, fuck,
Yeah.
man. I only got till 6 o'clock. It's
I had a
9
buddy
a.m.
that bought off a guy that had one of the smoothest operations you've ever seen. He worked in the back of a Chinese restaurant. So you would go in, act like you were picking up takeout food. He'd have it brown bagged, ready to go with your name on it as soon as you walked in.
Dude, my buddy, he was tired of people coming to his house for foot traffic. So what he did was he put weed. He used to make people walk across the street, and he would put weed in his old clothes. And he had a T-shirt launcher he got at a yard sale. So no one would come to his apartment. This is how he tricked people. He would shoot the weed over the street. He would fucking shoot the weed. That's right. And he wasn't selling weed to NFL receivers, Pat. No.
There were some bobbles.
There was some guys like in their mid 40s with fucking flip flops and tight, torn up jeans on, pulling hammies and ACLs and shit.
Did he have like a hands team?
But you know what he did was cool that he would give all if the guy caught it, he would give him 10% off because it's the right thing to do from a small business standpoint.
The funny thing about that is that guy, he was scared of foot traffic causing too much of a scene.
Yeah. That's what I said to him. I said, "This is how you're tricking the cops."
They would never guess.
And I didn't understand. Like, no one's gonna break into his house, bro. I mean, he only had like $100 worth of weed. The feds don't care.
Right.
They'll get you though. That little fish will lead to a big fish. If all of the scenes are like that. It's a good move, though. I mean, hide it in T-shirts. You know what I mean? Nobody can smell it in there. You know?
We should get one of them bank, little cartridge things they sell.
Oh, yeah.
Bank launcher?
The bank drive-through.
Yeah,
By the way, it's wild that that's how they chose to do it, like at the beginning.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's a cool thing, but it's
It's
like,
good
who thought of that?
It's really good for lollipops too.
You're a big lollipop guy?
Not now, but like as a kid, to get a little dum dum from the
You know what I
Bank?
like? I like Twizzlers as a child.
Twisted Meal or
Not Red
licorice?
Vines?
I did not like Red Vines. I was very pro Twizzlers over Red Vine.
What's the one that you could pull apart?
Pull and peel.
That was Twizzlers.
That's a different flavor, too. That's cherry.
That was my shit.
They also have like watermelon and strawberry though.
There's
Yeah,
something
true.
in there that's terrible though. There's some there was some snack that they
It
gave.
might have
Licorice.
probably been licorice.
Licorice
Red
is
Vines.
terrible.
licorice is terrible.
Well, that's what Twizzlers were.
No, the black. No.
No,
That
the
was all
black
licorice. No,
licorice.
the black licorice. It was terrible.
So
Most worst
bad
shit in the world.
Like I think you had to be legit
Yeah, it was
serial
like Jaeger.
killer.
Or be over 55 years old to enjoy it.
Oh, they gave that at the bank sometime when I was a kid. Mom would go in there, dad should check, They try to shut me up. So
Were they trying to punish you?
it felt like it. It felt like it.
They probably were.
Every time at that fucking
That's terrible.
Every time.
Black licorice. I can't believe they even sold one bag of that
They
shit.
didn't. They were giving them away to doctor's office to feed me, and I almost like looked at it. It was punishment to go to the bank. I was like, I don't want to go
You-
there.
you're
They're
the-
gonna force feed me that fucking. liquor.
Remember the first time you ate it? You was like, remember how that face? It was just crumbling out of your mouth. You was like, what the fuck was that? Just little pieces of licorice.
Crumbling
What
and-
the fuck?
That's so bad.
So
Looking up
bad.
over the counter like, lady, I'm 6.
dude, it was terrible, bro. How do you make something that bad? How did they
Like who
okay
taste
that?
tested that? It was like, yeah, we'll sell this.
Yeah, even if you go to the weed shop like Ryan, and you walk out, you still don't want that.
They don't make black licorice weed, edibles for obvious reasons. Nobody's
Well,
going to eat that.
I'll tell you what, the little gummy bears are a good idea. I don't know who said we need to load up these gummy bear fellas.
So are the little fish, the goldfish. They have weed
I
goldfish.
got to ask you something. This is probably the thing I take the second most heat for behind Will Smith is I don't like Swedish fish.
I had a run with them like 1 month where I ate like 45, 50 of them at a sitting. You know what I mean? When I'd roll through them. But I'm done with
Yeah, I'm very come see, come saw on the Swedish fish.
them. Yeah, I agree.
What's that?
Yeah, you could do
the
I could
little
do with
red
them a-
fish.
Wait, you don't know Swedish fish?
Let me Google it.
One fish, two fish.
Swedish fish, blue
Red
fish.
fish, blue fish.
Yeah,
Young and keeps
people are
it popping.
passionate about their Swedish fish. They will come at you if you do not like them.
They have stands.
I do kind of like the texture of them.
I had a month there where I remember it because I was like all in on them. All in on them.
They are good, but that shit stays in your teeth for like
They
fucking
hang around.
3-4
okay.
days.
Yeah, these are.
I'm a big gummy fan. I'm like across the board gummies. I find that those are the worst, like texture wise.
Yo, this office stays strapped with Scooby snacks, and they are so fucking good. They're
Bomb.
the best gummy thing you could ever put in your mouth.
Bomb.
This office stays strapped with Scooby snacks.
I didn't eat them as a kid. But they are in this office. Everything will be out, and then Scooby snacks are still in because it's bought in abundance. I think she goes to Costco for that, Kroger for everything else. But those things are good.
Welch's.
Today I was
that makes
drinking-
some good ones. Mott's are good.
I wouldn't want to
No,
change
the Scooby Doo ones with
Oh, the
Scooby Doo
Scooby-Doo
on
ones
your
are
your
right.
childhood because it allowed you to be what you are. But like you missed so much.
Yeah.
All these shows, all these movies, fruit snacks.
I'd love to get Tim.
Food snacks.
They were
Yeah,
feeding you this
Tim's take
black
on
licorice.
I think the thing was I was so
No, you were on the side of the wall just
That's
kicking
what
the
I'm
ball.
saying.
Whammo.
like
fucking-
the ADHD in me was absurd. Like, and my brother played the video game, so like their video games were happening, I couldn't. So my dad would run the TV. We had one TV. My dad would run the TV. If it was a Western, I ain't fucking sitting here. There's a tiny little living room. We have four. We're just gonna sit here and stare at each other and watch this terrible shit. I was like, I don't think so. So I would just go outside and literally I would just start kicking this fucking soccer ball.
Didn't that bug your dad? The fucking banging off the wall.
They love that I was outside.
Pretty thick wall too.
Well, no, it was loud. It was loud. There was a thud. There was a real thud on a very regular basis. But the fact that I was just outside was a good thing for all the McAfees. All of them. Like, yeah, fucking great. Let's get them outside. And then anything, if it was just, I just knew I enjoyed doing that. I thought I was going to knock the house over a couple times. Like, that was the goal in mind. I was like, I think I can get a brick loose. Like, But that is why my leg is stronger than everybody else's, because that's all I did. So like I've never seen a Disney movie. I learned that, which Mighty Ducks, I guess, is a Disney movie. So that's the flaw.
Yeah, it's a fake Disney movie.
That's the flaw in the whole thing.
Whoa.
But ain't none of them Disney movies that I ever watch. And I think as soon as I would watch it, I'm out of here. See you later. Go kick a ball. But I do realize that I've missed a lot.
Let me clarify. It's a Disney movie, but by fake, it's like
It's
it
on one of
doesn't-
the
it doesn't seem
OGs.
like Disney
You're talking about
movie.
like an animated.
Yeah, the
okay.
OG Disney movies, like the standard Disney movies.
Double OG, triple OG.
I fucked around with Saved by the Bell for sure. For sure. But that's about it. Santa Claus, Tim Allen.
Fucking Tim Allen.
I love that guy.
You gotta go on. You gotta go fucking do a show.
Were you a
with
big
Tim
Home
Allen.
Improvement guy then?
I love it.
Yeah,
Are
me
you
too.
kidding me? JTT, cuz, with the hair? Bro, with the hair, cuz?
The only character I didn't like was the mom.
Jill.
Oh, she was the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah, but she had to run
So
a
I
fucking
didn't
tight
like her
ship.
Guys, what do you
She
want? What
did
type
what
of fucking operation you want to run in
She
there?
had a
Yeah.
goofball ass husband and 3 fucking little goofballs running around the house.
Ain't never finished that car. What is he always doing? He was
When Al
always-
would drop a clean, I don't think so, Tim. Killed me.
Actually, Brad, or no, not Brad. Who was the youngest one? He was a little bitch too.
Mark?
Mark, yeah,
Yeah.
Mark.
Mark,
was a
you
little
have
bitch
a
too.
fucking guy knows everything.
How about his scumbag brother
He
Marty?
wasn't even alive half of it. He
were
knows
watching-
it.
We were watching Hook the other day. He knew every actor's name in Hook. It was
Fucking
absurd.
Harvard.
I
Harvard
love
guy.
Hook, so I mean that pretty much seals the deal for you.
When you knew Shmee's name, I was like, Jesus
Schmees.
Christ.
Hey, which movie was the Lindsay Lohan was two different people?
Freaky Friday?
No. Where she was sisters?
Oh,
The
Parent
twins one,
Trap.
Parent
The
Trap.
Parent
yeah.
Trap, yeah.
I like that movie. Is that a Disney movie? I enjoyed
Did you
that
ever see
movie.
Hook?
Good one.
Also, the one with the guy.
Did you see Rufio?
Whoa, Joe. That guy?
Joey.
He was a cousin to somebody from California, and his cousin owned a ranch, and he had to go work out in the ranch one summer. Yeah, him.
I know what you're talking about.
Whoa.
I think that was a Disney Channel original
Yeah,
movie.
yeah. I watched that movie a couple times. I was all in on that movie.
Yeah, they're cranking out fucking any channel original. And you're up to no good. As a kid, that must have just been like a surplus cash they had to spend. Like, make a shitty movie or something. They need a write off. We need
Bro,
another
he
100,000.
just hit bankruptcy 2 days ago. I thought I would have kept him. I watched that movie a lot.
Hey, you think the guy in the back came up and goes, "Whoa"?
I didn't watch that show. What's that show?
Dude, Ranch.
You're
Hey,
bankrupt.
dude.
Joey Lawrence when he did the whale shit?
Yeah,
Was
what-
that Blossom that he did that on?
Yeah, I think so.
Blossom.
Blossom.
Yep.
Whoa.
He did that
He would
ranch.
sneak in through the window.
By the way, that ranch movie, he was a good dressed cowboy. I watched him host that Splash show when Kendra was on it, and Hank invited me out there, and I met Greg Louganis. That's all I remember. Yep, that was the only guy I met there. It was a live show that they pre-recorded, and whoa, Joey was the host. They had synchronized swimmers in the opening where they were like underwater kicking their legs for like 35, 40 seconds of the splash opening, which was like celebrity diving, and they were judged, and it was supposed to be a live show. Joey would get good 2-3 quarters through that opening monologue and mess up. And he'd hit a horn, have to start back over like good 6-7 times. And those synchronized swimmers were like hanging on the side of the pool. If this motherfucker could read a little bit good, that would be great for us. I think we're about to die here. I was watching like a damn near death experience for these fucking synchronized swimmers. They were underwater a long time because he would make it, you know? And it, like the crowd, it slowly became like us like pulling hard for like, we think you're going to do it, buddy. We think you're, and then nope. And then we got to watch the whole show now. So now we got to watch the whole show. So these celebrities are diving in terrible fashion, just falling off of high places in the water, which I would never do because I have a hole in my eardrum. That sounds crazy. But then he would give a reaction. And if it wasn't a good reaction, the celebrity would have to sit in the pool like they just jumped so he could give another reaction. And then it was a wild situation.
This
Imagine
isn't the same show that Bert was on, was it?
No.
Okay.
This was just strictly a diving show. They were probably mocking the diving show
Birch was-
in
yeah, yeah,
the
they-
show.
they were, yeah.
They were mocking that show
Gotcha.
in the show.
Because Bird Show, every show they were doing a different like show.
Bro, it was wild there. It was wild there. They had the whole thing. They were like a bunch of trailers. It was like a full set. I was like, holy hell, here we go. We're in the middle of it. And I was watching Hollywood happen. I was like, oh, these people are not good.
So this is Hollywood.
This is it, huh?
This is how it works.
I said, people are going to think this is live. That's interesting. That's very interesting. And they did it, and it didn't last long. But, I mean, it had a good concept, I think. Just pier jumping, basically, for celebrities.
Oh, it's the best.
Man, whenever those rivers, like every once in a while you'd hear like down in like Burl, right? Lower Burl, I used to have a pier that was like 30 foot or something like that people used to jump off of. You ever do that in California? Never.
In Arizona, actually, there was some places we used to go to, and it was a fucking like a four. I mean, it was a monster fucking cliff. Just long. You had to jump with your shoes on.
It was down in Barking.
There it is. Yeah, down in Barking, down on that road.
That's why I dock my boat.
The shadiest road.
I lived there for a year
in
after
the world.
college.
It was a Guinness World Record, I think, that it was the most shady.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I lived there for a year after college. It was weird.
I respect
It was a weird
that.
time of my life.
Diggs and his friends would walk out on the ice like it was the end of Batman, like they just got sentenced and had exiled.
Listen to this genius plan that we had. Okay?
I'm excited to hear this. Who is this?
It was me and 2-4 Tyler Schmeck.
This is when CET was fresh, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is like he didn't even realize that his head was completely fucked.
I tied a cinder block to my leg.
Of course.
Okay? And I would throw it out as far as I could to test to see if the ice was thick enough. And if it was thick enough, I'd keep walking out. And I didn't realize that if the cinder block went through the ice, it would have dragged me under But in my head, I thought
You're strong enough.
I thought if
Because it was dark.
if I went through, that I could the cinder block would save me and I could pull myself up to it.
Like so you would just throw it to one
my
spot.
God.
So like in between, you're just assuming it's
we're
all good. They're all evenly solid all the way.
So physically, in a physics matter, you could literally you could throw it out. And if it did snap in, you were strong enough to hold it so it wouldn't drag you.
Yeah.
But if you fell through, it was strong enough to anchor your fucking pull up.
Correct.
Hilarious.
But he doesn't think about if he falls in and it falls in with him.
He's fine.
Now he legitimately has an anchor underwater where it's not good.
We fucking 30-foot deep river.
We were smoking a lot.
This fucking Italian threw
Oh
bricks
my
in his
God.
own feet. He threw himself in a river.
Imagine the look on his face.
Oh my God.
He turns around and looks at the two other guys.
We're still here today.
That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard
in my life.
How beautiful is that? Like, how beautiful is that he is a human that we get to listen to?
I think it sounds pretty much perfect.
Oh my God.
Don't worry, I'm just gonna tie this fucking 17-pound cinder block to my fucking leg,
Yeah, I did. Hey guys, I'm
So
Diggs.
I don't fall in.
so I don't fall.
So I don't. That's a smart option.
so I can in case I do fall in, I can just pull myself right out. Right out of this. Oh, that's water.
Like, think about the game planning.
And that's why Diggs is the best, because he knows he had to do something to protect himself. He just didn't know what the exact method was going to be, but he took precautions.
So what I'll do is
Listen, I was not low.
I will put a brick on my foot. Yeah, we'll add weight to see
Yes.
Guys, I got it.
if the ice is good enough.
It was a
hold.
tester. It was a tester.
Come on.
Oh my God, dude.
Dude,
So
that's
stupid.
beautiful.
Oh, you got to be the dumbest. That's so
Such a
awesome.
Diggs story, too.
That is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. I'm thinking of the news now. I'm thinking of the news, the local news story. That might pick up national fucking. You'd have like fucking CNN there about a potential drug problem in Pittsburgh. Yeah, this guy tied a brick to himself.
They were gonna give him too much credit, but like, yeah, he was a mob hit. Was he involved in organized crime?
Potential racketeering situation happening. Oh man, spring has sprung. That means it's time for a little spring cleaning. But this year, start with your underwear drawer and replace your old multi-pack underwear with a mind-blowing comfort of Tommy John.
Tommy. Yes.
Spring is in the air, ball games, barbecues, and oh yeah, spring cleaning. Change things up this year and treat yourself by throwing out those old, uncomfortable, shitty, low-end multi-pack boxers and replace them with the unbelievable comfort of Tommy John. As a man who has made this jump myself from basic-ass underwear to Tommy John underwear, I cannot tell you how much better my life has become immediately. You wear underwear longer than anything else that you wear, and you never think like, yo, I would like for this to be the best thing I've ever worn in my entire life. Until Tommy John says, you know what? We're going to give you the best quality fabrics in there. It's going to be wedgie proof.
Moisture wicking.
Moisture wicking. Nothing's going to happen. They're not going to fall down. They're going to stay up. And by the way, that old piss hole in the boxers that used to go north-south.
Your dick used to creep out of.
Hey, like a fucking like Jesus coming out of the cave.
Not anymore.
No way. Because Tommy John turned that slit sideways and made life a lot better. Tommy John has so much confidence. They have a best pair you'll ever wear or it's free guarantee. That's right. You sample the underwear. You put that underwear on yourself. And if it's not the best pair you ever wear, it's a free guarantee. Hurry to TommyJohn.com/America for 20% off your first order. That's TommyJohn.com/America for 20% off the most comfortable clothing items imaginable. Oh yeah, I didn't even get to talk about their second skin undershirts. They are incredible. They're comfortable. They make you feel good. They don't bulk up. They're not too much. They make you look good. It's just a second skin undershirt, and it's beautiful. I've really enjoyed what Tommy John has done in my life.
You don't even know you have that shirt on.
No, that's the reason why. Is because they have scoured the earth to make it the most comfortable pair you ever wear, or it's free guarantee. TommyJohn.com/America, 20% off. Go ahead and make that happen.
I mean, it's such a good product. One time I was swimming in the pool with a shirt on. Everybody's clowning on me. I said, "What's the deal? This is why you swim with your shirt on." I said, "Oh, I forgot."
Because this
Fucking,
is
I didn't know I was wearing it.
it's a second skin.
skin.
And you have layers of skin already on your skin.
Yeah.
So it's probably
Epidermis.
it's probably just like your 6th or 7th layer of skin. You know, it's second skin. Yeah.
You know who Tommy John would be perfect for?
Who's that?
Military guys. Underneath that uniform, in Iraq, in Afghanistan.
That's what Tommy.
Tommy John, I bet you, because I've talked to the founders of Tommy John.
Yeah.
I actually was on a conference call with the founders of Tommy John. And they would do that. They're like really good fucking dudes. I think that's a good idea. They should get involved with that.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I couldn't tell you how uncomfortable you're in your uniform for 16, 17 hours sometimes.
And Tommy John has the ability to be worn for a long time on a very regular basis and still feel incredible because the fabric is that good. Tommy John should do that.
Yeah.
You're 100% right. That's something somebody should pitch to them. Hey, Tommy John advertising person that listens to this to see if this is a good enough commercial or not for you guys to okay. You should tell Tommy John that they should do a military thing because A, you're taking care of some fucking badass Americans, and B, I mean, you're taking care of some badass Americans, and it'll be good.
Who just want to be comfortable.
That's all, man. Can
You
you
know,
take care of my kit and caboodles?
Guys named Tommy really love to get in apparel game.
They can worry about
That
their
Tommy John,
Yeah.
Tommy Bahama.
Go on.
Tommy Hilfiger. It's almost like as soon as you come out, you're either going to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback or a fucking clothing guy. You know what I mean?
Hey, Tommy's got clothes too. TB12.
Great merch. And
See?
he chugs good. He chugs good. He does chug good. It was impressive. I was very impressed. He definitely got some work done on his face, though.
Yeah.
He looked younger. Now, granted, if that's his water trick, I think we should all be just bonging waters if they make everything tighter and look younger. Good for Tom Brady. He might play until he's 60 with these new face things he's doing.
Do you think he would fake it? You think he would do that?
It seemed if it's water, that's an incredible thing. Like Wayne Rooney got his hair.
No. The facial work.
Yeah.
Like he seems to be the most, like he tries to be like an authentic guy. Like you think he would.
Does he?
Does he? He tried to like sell like chocolate as an alien.
He lives on Mars. He basically lives on Mars mentally.
He's eating
so.
avocado ice cream. How fucking normal guy is that?
And I mean that's what Tom Brady is. Tom Brady is an alien. Like that's the thought. Is this dude is just an unbelievable specimen of a man who can now chug beer?
Oh, maybe
good?
he just shed his first skin then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was apple juice, right?
No, the
People are
rest-
saying Colbert's was apple
Yeah, I
juice.
think they switched it. Colbert drank the apple juice because he was doing
So
the show
Brady's
and-
was.
Beer, they're
Because I
saying
feel
it's
like beer is carbonated. That air, there's air in there that's going to take up more space. I feel like apple juice is a lot easier.
Well, we know he doesn't like air in there.
That's true.
It
good
said
point.
it right there on the
Yikes.
TV. It said he hates air in there.
Yeah.
Right there on the
So
screen.
My favorite and one guy, the air up there. Do you remember that motherfucker?
Ooh.
Who could jump? That guy was a monster.
I used to rep and one almost every day of the week.
Some of those springs on them, the air up there, I think was his name. That dude was unbelievable. It was full on. It was dunk contest dunks on a daily basis with AN1. The professor would come out, Hot Sauce would come out, do their things. The air up there showed up. Have you seen this guy on Instagram called the Lethal Shooter?
Are you talking about a real guy's name was there up there?
Yeah, that was his nickname.
I was talking about the guy on the
I don't think I
shirt.
have.
I was talking about the guy on the merch.
The You Reach I Teach guy.
No, on the
I thought it was.
It's all
like the
fundamentals and a little
crossover
bit of
dude?
wrist.
yeah, on the N1 gear.
I thought it was a movie.
The air up there?
No, the air up there was definitely a guy's name.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was 100% a guy's name.
And the other guy was 50 because he had a 50-inch vertical, and they used to like
Yeah, I
throw
remember
oops
him.
to each other.
yeah,
big
and they
time.
were literally like they were on trampolines. It was like that slam ball game, but in real
remember
life.
Wasn't he like
Escalade.
AK-50 or something like that?
And the
love
professor,
this.
R.I.P.
he passed.
Yes.
I'm was a real big Air Bud guy.
Ooh, great movie.
I never seen.
I love how you know everything about the mixtape.
Oh yeah, I was a
Yeah.
big fan. I went to the show. I went to the game, and that's when I became not a fan.
I did too.
Shouldn't have went. Shouldn't have went. Shouldn't meet your heroes.
What happened?
There's just a lot more misses.
Yeah, they don't make
the
yeah.
TV.
It wasn't as good as the edited mixtape.
It wasn't the highlight. It wasn't
right.
the highlight reel.
I think that's the same with the Globetrotters?
Yes.
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 I have an assist in a Globetrotters game and been ejected from a Globetrotters game.
Let that be known.
So
Hey, you got 2 ejections from different professional sports. I mean, let's go for the hat trick here.
charity softball game.
Let's go for the snipe selly.
The baseball game, June
right?
21st, is going to definitely become a.
Oh.
I think that's going to be.
Well, you've already been kicked. You need to get kicked out of a different sport.
softball, baseball.
I
So-
do
okay,
believe
okay.
if Pat ever sniped one, the Selly would get him ejected from the game.
I have done this before. I have done this before against a high school hockey team who is practicing to get better. I never ice skate before. I get the stick, one shot from the blue line. Snipe Sally, cuz. Go ahead and sit it down. End it with a fight. One shot, one goal. My batting shooting percentage is 1,000.
Well, you're selling yourself short here, and I hate to pump you up more, but dude, they were playing 3-bar, and you fucking banged the crossbar from the blue line.
First time I touched the puck. First fucking time I touched the puck. It was such a joke. It was such a fucking joke. Man, Phil Maines, who's my accountant, great man, been a friend of mine since literally kindergarten. He was a hockey player, freak athlete, really good at sports. He was a good, but every time I talked about hockey is just soccer, really. You're like at the mindset, it's soccer. There's a lot of fast pace. So if you have good vision, you could be a good hockey player. I had good vision when I was a soccer player because I didn't like to run a lot.
Hockey sense, they call it.
Yeah, so I would always tell Phil, I'm like, yo, if I played hockey, I would score 100 goals a game. Because these goalies were shit, too. I'd go to every one of Phil's games. I was at every single hockey game. I was a hockey fan. And the goalies were shit. Like, things would just be, like, bouncing and it would just get under.
Greasy.
Like, yeah, it appeared as if the whole object was just to accidentally hit a puck at the goal and hope that the goalie sucked, which was a very normal thing in high school, it seemed like.
High school goalies are just trying to get in the way. They're just trying to be big and block everything.
Yeah, so I always talk shit. I'm like, bro, if I played this
Back
sport,
then, at least.
I would score 400 goals a game. This would not even be fair. I would score so much. And obviously, I would take a lot of shit there, a lot of chirping. Like, dude, you can't even fucking skate. I'm like, you're right, but if I was to be able to, and I played this game, I think I would score 100 times against these goalies you're playing. So finally, the day comes where I can play. And it's my friend is coaching the high school team now at the time. And I'm in between. It's the same time I did a professional wrestling gimmick. I was in between college and before I got drafted. So nobody was technically my boss, but I was making a lot of horrible decisions that could potentially fuck up everything. Mm-hmm. But Phil's like, hey, why don't you come play against our hockey team tonight when you're home? I'm like, yeah, for sure. Are we going to scrimmage? He was like, yeah, absolutely. I said, I'm going to score 100 goals. 100 goals. He says, sounds good. RJ Umberger, who played for the Columbus Blue Jackets, who married a lady who grew up on my street, sends me his equipment. I look like I play for the Columbus Blue Jackets. I put it on. I put it on in the locker room. Their practice has already started. I look like a professional hockey player. I had the visor and everything. I fucking walk up. I tap the stick off the fucking thing. The whole practice stops. The entire practice stops. There was like parents in the fucking stands. Everybody just like looks over, and I get on that ice and I just start fucking like eating shit almost. I can't even fucking skate, just kind of bouncing around. And I'm like, oh my God. And Stu Ronick and Phil Maines were the coach. And they're like, you can have this side. We're going to go down here, warm up. We'll scrimmage at the end. I'm like, perfect. So now me and my friend Chris were down there. We had never played before. They just gave us like 100 pucks. So we're just sitting down there just fucking wailing these pucks, like falling while shooting, just a complete embarrassing situation. But then we start the game. Okay? We start the game. Mm-hmm. I'm on an opposite team as Phil. Phil and Chris are on one team. They decided to play defense because they wanted to be the stop me, left wing. Are you kidding me? One-timer coming through. Our fucking center wins the drop, the opening drop. I fucking bobble my way down to the blue line, like fucking like on my heels almost. And some kid on my team goes, McAfee. And I like turn, I look at him, and he just like slows it to me. It's just like Mighty Ducks right before he flips it up the goalie. It was like slow. And I was at the blue line, and I just grabbed it, like literally one-time snapper almost. Like just grabbed it and just did a little flip of the wrist. And it just soars through the air like, and there was no goalie in there. So the only way it could score is if you hit a post. So it's like from the blue line, soaring through the air. And while it's flying, I'm like,
This motherfucker's dead
That's
on.
gonna hit the fucking. That's gonna hit the fucking cross. I was like, this is gonna be amazing. Like in my head, because it's going in slow motion, and all of a sudden I see Phil, and he's just like this fucking guy, and then all of a sudden, right next to him, ping, right off the crossbar. I throw my fucking stick. Obviously, skate down. There's nobody on the bench. I go down and try to do the fist pump thing. I hop into the bench, take my shit off. Never played hockey since. Never played hockey since. 100% shooting percentage in hockey. I love that
Pat,
sport.
I'm gonna dangle from your balls because you dangled from mine earlier.
No, don't do it. I got another ad read to do. Yep. If you're going to dangle from my balls, you're going to notice that they're much more healthy. Beachbody On Demand is an online fitness streaming service that gives you unlimited access to a wide variety of highly effective, world-class workouts, personalized to meet your needs. Beachbody On Demand also includes extensive nutritional content, all proven to help people achieve their health and fitness goals. Beachbody On Demand is the total package to help you become the total package this year. Today. Familiar brands are PiYo, P90X, Insanity, 21-Day Fix, T25, 3-week yoga retreat. I've loved Beachbody so much. It's been able to get me on a schedule. It's been able to lead me in the right direction to become healthy. It's just been one of these things that I've been so fortunate to have because I had a rigorous schedule whenever I was playing sports. I had a strength coach telling me what to do. I got out of there. I got a little loose in the goose, you know.
Had a few extra beers.
A couple.
A little bit of pizza here and there.
How's it going?
A chicken wing or two.
One more.
Some ranch.
What?
Maybe some breadsticks.
What?
Mini corn dogs.
What?
Ice cream.
What?
Cereal and fucking 2-gallon bowls.
What? I was letting loose. And Beachbody On Demand came through and saved the day. It's accessible on your computer, web-enabled TV, tablet, smartphone, or any other web-enabled device. No need to go to a gym or schedule a class. Everything is right there on your personal device. Traveling, you can do the workouts in your hotel room. No time. Beachbody On Demand has workouts that range from 10 minutes to over 1 hour.
Whoa.
10 minutes to over 1 hour. Get better today. Like, that's what they're saying. Like, listen, I know you ain't got a lot of time. Like, for me, I'm very busy. That's why this Beachbody On Demand has been incredible. They got quick workouts that are like intense.
Very intense.
And like actually kick your ass. People have been noticing. I'm looking healthier these days.
And I'll be honest, I hang out with you a lot. I've been seeing heads turn a little bit more.
A lot of heads just doing a little pixie deuce.
Just fucking.
Hey, he used to be pretty fit.
That's the guy that used to punt.
He's in better shape now than whenever he was a professional athlete. I don't know if he should be embarrassed or happy for himself.
This guy belongs at the beach.
Look at this fucking guy.
Fucking beach ready.
What has he been on? And I'm
Hey.
like, good question. Beachbody On Demand. Beachbody On Demand knows that working out is just part of the equation. That's why they provide comprehensive nutrition plans to help you meet your goals. Access to information on meal prep, variety of recipes, and simple but proven eating plans. You can try this amazing program, all 600 workouts and nutritional information. Listen to this shit. For free. Plus,
What?
your annual
Whoa.
subscription is cheaper than a gym membership. You need to give this a try. Right now, my listeners can get a free trial membership when you text McAfee, that's MCAFEE, to 303030. You will get full access to the entire platform for free. All the workouts and nutrition information for free. Just text McAfee to 303030. That's incredible. That's really fucking, I didn't know we were just giving this shit away.
It's almost
easy.
summer. It's almost summer. Get your body up.
It is almost beach season.
And it's efficient. It's going to work quickly for you. So like everybody
bang.
wants instant gratification. You get a 10-minute workout in, you're going to feel like you really put in the work. Shout out to them. Speaking of a guy that is always on and intense, I ain't never talked to this motherfucker before. He referred to himself in third person earlier today. You're going to love this conversation with professional handicapper, a guy that bets on sports for a living. I ain't never heard of him before today. You're going to enjoy him. They made a movie about him, and you're going to see why. Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Lang. It's March Madness, which means it is gambling season. This is gambling season. This is where the people who gamble on sports make a killing or they lose a lot. If you're one of those people who lose a lot, our next guest is somebody you need to talk to. There was a movie made about this motherfucker picking games and betting right. Ladies and gentlemen, professional handicapper, sports handicapper. That was bad after the last conversation we had. Brandon Lang.
How many guys you got in the fucking studio?
Easy.
We got enough, Brandon, and I'll tell you what, we'll have one less when I hang up on your fucking ass.
You guys are good. What's happening?
Hey, Brandon, so I didn't know much about you. I just got into sports betting here recently. I retired. I was very anti-gambling whenever I was playing because it's not a good look. Pete Rose kind of ruined that whole thing. But now, reading up on you and how much I love sports gambling, your brain is a fucking incredible one, brother. You have to be very excited that you thrive in this thing that is so hard for everybody else to really do. Brandon Lang, your sports gambling brain is incredible. I just wanted to suck your dick a little bit off the front.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, the Super Bowl is a great game to handicap, and I'm 23-3 with that over my career. But college basketball is where I get my juices flowing. I played basketball. The movie takes place during the football season, but I was going to walk on and play at UNLV, so we switched it to football season. But I love college hoops, and especially this tournament, which I think it's going to be crazy. There's going to be a lot of upsets coming up in the next 4 days.
So you have a lot of upsets happening in your bracket. Do you fill out a bracket, or you just bet on games?
There's BrandonLang.com. There's every one of my guys did a bracket, so there's a bracket up there. But my brackets are always horrible because I pick upsets and look for the smaller C's to go the long way. So I've always just kind of my bracket's trash, but it's more or less on the website of just trying to isolate those underdogs that I think can win the game outright.
Do you read the lines, read the wise guys, read where the money's going, or do you do enough studying, film study, you can figure out who's going to win strictly off information, or are you a line reader? What is your style?
A little bit of both. Watch where the smart money goes. You got to understand the difference between a public line move and a sharp money line move. A public line move is a line that just gradually keeps climbing or keeps coming down. A sharp money move is when a line goes from like 2 to 4. That tells you your sharp money's on one side of the game. You want to be on the right side with the sharp money. You want to be opposite the public line move. And then let history talk to you. And I'll give you an example. The last 2 years, 11 versus a 6, the 11 seed is 6-2 straight up. So you're getting points with the 11, and the last 2 years you haven't needed it because an 11 seed is 6-2 straight up. And you got some 11s that I think are going to make some noise. San Diego State and Houston, keep an eye on that one. And then everybody's talking about Loyola Chicago, and I agree with them. Since they got their point guard back, Clayton Cluster, they're 17-1 straight up. And the question I ask you is, you see Miami of Florida, you see a team out of the ACC conference, and you're saying, well, how can they only be laying 2 to a team from the Missouri Valley? And in my opinion, that's Vegas basically telling you, I'm handing you the winner. I'm giving you Loyola Chicago. But a lot of people are going to bet Miami because they see an ACC school laying such a small number. I'm pretty high on Loyola Chicago on Thursday night.
Oh, I'll tell you what, we have a lot of people in this room, and we're all just diligently writing notes right there. I assume that happens a lot when you start speaking, is everybody just goes right to the pencil and the pad or their iPhone notes section. You're handing us a lock, you just said, a super lock. You're saying this is an absolute lock. What is the game that you're saying is a lock we should put the house on?
Well, I wouldn't go that far. The only absolute lock is if you walk into the champagne room of a strip bar with an 8-ball of Coke, you're probably going to come out of there and not having paid a dime. So but I will say I do like Loyola Chicago an awful lot. Let's just put it that way.
How long have you been doing this?
25 years.
Holy shit. Have you ever had any moments where you're like about to quit, you were down and out, you thought it was over, you're like you're super in debt, maybe people are looking to bust your fucking fingers up?
Every week. You listen, being Brandon Lang, you have a bad week. It's people. You get a movie made about you. People just expect you to win every single day. That's what they expect, and there's nobody out there that can win every single day. But so far here in 2018, we got 7 of 9 winning weeks, so things are going really, really well. But you're only as good as your last play, and it's a very unforgivable business. So yeah, it's about every 3 weeks you're just like, and I'm done. Then you hit a big game, you're like, all right, I'm back. I mean, it's a sick fucking business. It really is.
The world is a what have you done for me lately world, to be honest with you, especially now with how the instant gratification society that we live in. So, Brandon, your Twitter has 181 followers. What the fuck are we doing? Do you just not?
Well, no, I don't get on Twitter. Here's why. Because what happens is it becomes a forum for people to trade your plays. So it takes business away from the website. So I can't. I try to have a Twitter account, and it gets too out of hand. And so I don't tweet. It's just something I've never been into, and it works better for me that way. And besides, when you're Brandon Lang, there's so many people out. There's so much fucking hate out there and jealousy and envy that I can't have a Twitter account because it becomes just this fucking hate thread. And I'm not going to deal with that bullshit.
I love that. Like, I might start doing when you're Pat McAfee. I might. By the way, I want to let you know, Brandon, I absolutely love that because you live a very vastly different life than most people in the sports gambling world. Because just like you said, when a movie is made about you being the best fucking sports bettor on earth, that's a lot of pressure on Brandon Lang, and here you are, 25 years later, still fucking doing it.
Well, I'll give you a perfect example. So Super Bowl is kind of the pick that's defined my career. I had Philadelphia. I released the game on Monday of the Super Bowl, so I had it run on the website all week long, Monday through Sunday. I decided to throw a basketball play up each day so the football guys could have a basketball play. I go 7-0 Super Bowl week on the website in basketball, and then hit Philadelphia, hit Nick Foles MVP. Life is great. Then I end up hitting 5 more, so I end up going 12-0. Then so understand, as Brandon Lang, you go 12-0 in hoop, you hit 12 in a row. Guys that have never bought you are now coming to buy you. Guys that got in on a 12-0 streak, they love you. Now here's what happens. I go 2-10 my next 12.
Not
Those
good for
guys
Brandon Lang.
those guys that came at the end, they want to fucking shoot you in the head. So being Brandon Lang, you can never sustain the demand to win enough for people to want your picks, because there's always going to be somebody coming in at the tail end of a hot streak. And those are the guys that when you go to the grocery store, you wear the hoodie, because you just don't know.
Do you live in Vegas? Does Brandon Lang live in Vegas?
I have a home in Vegas and Jacksonville. So I live in Jacksonville because my friends like to say when I'm on a losing streak, I can come here and go on the witness protection program. Very fucking important. You know, when I'm on a hot streak, I'm in the Vegas casinos living large. We're at Sapphires. We're Crazy Horse 3. We're taking it. You know, Star Trek. We're going where no man has gone before. We're wearing a hot streak.
Does Brandon Lang have kids? Are you married, or do you just live this wild life of being an incredible sports bettor with a house in Vegas and a house in Jacksonville? Are you Italian? This seems like an Italian thing. What is Brandon Lang?
No. I'm married. I got a daughter who's 8. The great thing about, if you Google right now, Google Brandon Lang's wife. My wife's a dime piece. She is. I swear to God, I outkick my coverage from fucking here to Australia. Look at my wife. Google Brandon Lang's wife. She's an absolute dime piece. And the fact of the matter is, when Al Pacino and Matthew McConaughey agreed to do the movie and sign their contracts, I was in L.A., got my car, drove to Vegas, and I was 40 years old. And I go to Spearmint Rhino, which is my buddy was the general manager, my other buddy's head bartender. I walk in, I go, guys, I'm meeting my wife tonight. They go, what do you mean? I go, hey, Hollywood's making a movie about my life. Matthew McConaughey's playing me. Tonight's the night I meet my wife. The hottest Asian in this place right now is going to be my wife. They go, you're fucking crazy. I go, no, I'm not. She's going to be my wife. And here she came. She walked up. Would you like a dance? Listen, I don't buy dances. I buy drinks. I buy a dance. I become a client. You're not going to fuck me. I buy drinks. I become a friend. You're going to fuck me. I go, let's get drinks. So we do shots. And I go, guys, I've met my wife. Now, have you pulled up a picture of Kim?
Yeah.
Yep. Everybody in the
Okay,
room
so-
just got real excited.
All right, so I go buy 2 dances from her, and I go, listen, I go, do me a favor. Let's go to dinner tomorrow night. Any restaurant in Vegas, you pick. Bring 2 friends because I want you comfortable. I'm going to throw you my pitch. If you like what you hear, we'll go further. If not, you get a free dinner at any restaurant in Vegas. She goes, fair enough. I go, great. I go, ask Mark and Brad Keeler about me. They'll give you good character validation. Next night, I took her and 2 friends to Alizé on top of the Palms. Had a great dinner, proposed 23 days later, been together 14 years.
Wow.
Brandon,
The game don't wait.
Brandon, you're a wild fucking animal, bro. Brandon Lang's a wild fucking animal.
And listen, just remember that. I swear to God, I've told guys this forever, and it works. If you go to a strip bar, post up at the bar. Do not sit down at the table where they can come over and grind on you and seduce you for a dance. Post up at the bar. When all these girls are walking by, would you want to dance? Says, no, I'm waiting for a girl in the back. Boom, they're gone. And when you see the one you like, hey, would you like to dance? No, I'll buy you a drink. They'll never turn down a drink in the history of mankind. Now you buy them a drink. Now you do a shot. You sit with them for about 30 minutes. Now they got to go make money. Pull out a hundo. Give her a Ben Franklin. Say, listen, I know you got to go work the room. No problem. Here's $100 for your time. Come back, have another drink with me. Now she's like, A, this guy's not cheap. B, this guy's cool. Now she comes back. Now you have one more drink with you. You're like, listen, I got to go. When you working again? She's like, well, I work Thursday night. I'll come in and see you Thursday night. Boom. You're in. You'll bang her within 2 weeks.
Bada bing, bada boom. 23 days later, you're getting married. You're fucking out. Brandon, what a life, man. We appreciate you so fucking much for coming on. Hey, I want to let you know, this number that you have here, it's a hotline to this studio. And anytime between 10 and 1 Eastern Standard Time that you want to call in and either teach people about how to marry an Asian stripper from Spearmint Rhino, bet games well, maybe hide out in Jacksonville, do any of the things that you just chatted about, we would be very thankful, Brandon Lang.
No, guys, thanks for having me. I'm a big fan of your show. I listen to you guys when I drive on I drive my car. My radio dial's on Barstool. You guys are great. So I really appreciate having me today.
What a fucking human you are, Brandon. Brandon, I can't wait to meet you in real life, hopefully. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you. Loyola Chicago, you say, is a fucking lock.
That's it, Pat. Let's go get it.
All right, I appreciate you, Brandon. RealBrandonLang.com. Man, what a guy, dude. What a fucking human. Wow. He was incredible. He told us to bet on Loyola Chicago. I'm not sure if that game has happened yet or if you can gamble on it right motherfucking now. But if you can, now is the time to be gambling, by the way. If you know anything about sports, you obviously have a clue on who's going to win what game. You have a rhythm, you have a feel, and obviously this is the most talked about sporting event happening right now. You might as well get a horse in the race. And to do that, you need to gamble on it. And right now, it's time to talk to you about the boatload of money you can make this week betting at MyBookie. Did you hear that?
That's the boat coming in, Pat.
Did you hear that? If you haven't checked them out, this is the perfect time to get into the action. The madness of March is here. Lay down some money and score big on college hoops. Join me and thousands of online players and start betting at mybookie.ag. Are you sick and tired of getting a runaround when you ask for a payout? Hey, cuz, where's my money? Hey.
Don't make me come back here again.
You need to join MyBookie today. I would only recommend a service that's been good to me and us in here and our listeners. That's why I urge you to make your way to MyBookie. You win, they pay, fast and without any hassles. You're wasting your time betting anywhere else. They even have in-game live betting, so you can even place a bet after tip-off. Diggs, this is big why.
Well, you don't know how the team's going to play before the game, Pat.
You have no idea how they slept last night. You have no idea who's doing what, who failed a test, who's potentially getting kicked out of school with after the tournament. How was the warm-up? You don't know. How about the bus ride over? Was the pancakes in the morning good? Maybe they were food poisoned. You have no idea. But in-game, you can get a read on them. Oh, you can watch that first half. You're like, you know what? This team, they look fresh. This team took a bunch of
They're
ambulance.
clicking today.
This team are hitting no shots.
That's why you have live in-game betting, so you can place a bet after tip-off. Join now, and MyBookie will match your first deposit with a 50% bonus. You can even enter for a chance to win their $1 million bracket challenge. Use promo code McAfee to activate that offer. That's MCAFEE at MYBOOKIE.AG. MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid. Shout out to MyBookie and Brandon Lang. That dude was fucking electric.
We've been pushing on you to watch Goodfellas. I think you need to watch that movie that he's in.
2 for the money,
Yes.
for sure.
2 for the money. Is that right?
Really?
I don't know, but that sounds pretty good. I'm not
But
gonna lie.
I did not shoot the deputy.
Oh. I shot Sarah.
What a great confession. Like looking for. Listen, that deputy. I don't know what the fuck happened to him.
Sheriff? For sure.
That one's on me.
That's on
That
me.
one's on me.
Did you see what that motherfucker did? But the deputy? No.
That motherfucker laying over there, though.
No.
That ain't on me.
This guy. Yeah. Huh? Yeah. That guy. No.
That was a stray bullet.
Nah, I'm not gonna get it. You're not gonna fucking hem me up on murder one charges, motherfucker.
Not 2 of them.
Not
I know
2.
that.
Nah, some trumped up fucking charges.
Lunatic.
Fuckers.
Sheriff deserved it. We all agreed. We took a vote. The
Yeah,
deputy,
he was
though?
crooked.
The deputy didn't deserve it. I'm just as upset as you are.
That's called crossfire.
And you're blaming me?
The fuck out of here.
I want to know what happened to the deputy as well, because that means I should go kill another motherfucker who's been killing people just like the sheriff's been doing.
He's on the loose. What are we wasting time here for?
We're talking to me. I should be getting maybe a raise for what happened. Jesus.
You're whelks.
An award of some sort.
Jesus.
We didn't start the fire either,
It was always burning.
since the world literally has been turning.
Ah, damn it.
Anyways, I think that's a show.
I never told you how my dispensary.
Oh yeah. Let's get back to that. So when you get when you get in there,
We should have left it though.
when you get in there, it's just a buffet.
It is like a buffet. It's like heaven.
It's like a baseball
It is.
card shop, kind of, right?
Does it smell good?
Shelves. It smells just like weed.
I saw the baseball cards. What was that? You tried to bring that up for him to tell a story about it, because I did see a bunch of baseball cards out there. What the fuck's going on out there?
I get baseball cards.
You do.
Yeah. I mean, I used to do it as a kid. I don't.
I'm a big baseball fan.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh no, you are. I don't know that. You guys are big Red fans.
Cincinnati Reds through and
fans.
through.
Let's go Reds.
Yeah.
Through and through.
I believe red. I bleed red. How about you, Sean?
I'll cut myself right now and prove it, Pat.
Jesus would cut himself. Guess what? We'd all be drinking.
Yeah.
Easter, the reason for the season. So it's a buffet, and you're like, yo, I want the stuff that makes me laugh, or I want the stuff that makes me sleep, and they know it. It's like they're GNC people; they have to know everything
Yeah,
about everything.
they call them bud tenders.
Bud
Here
tender.
we go.
They
I
call
knew
them
we were
bud
getting
tenders.
somewhere.
Yeah, so you walk in there and they
I get it.
they had you get it. You get it. You get it.
You get it.
Hey, so they have gummies and stuff, right? And they
Yeah.
have all kinds of little candy. But like, what's the one thing?
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing that you see in there?
Pizza? Is there pizza in there?
No, there's no. It's being talked about.
Sex toys?
I think there's a restaurant that does pizza.
Some of the ones-
THC pizza.
I like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I mean, some of the ones that I've been to in LA, they have full fucking air, like refrigerated areas you walk into.
Yeah, there's drinks. They have ice cream. So that
yeah.
there's one place. Like, okay, so I go to a bunch of different places because your first time when you go in, they'll give you like a first, for your first visit, like your first time patient, I think is what they call it. And they'll give
Yeah.
you a goodie bag or a pre-roll or whatever.
Keep your eyes peeled for that pre-roll, though.
Yo,
That
so that's
pre-roll
like,
game.
hold on, that's like the toothpick in General Tso's Chicken Mall.
Correct.
Yep. Yep.
But the
Yep.
pre-roll joints, so how they get those is that at the end of the day, when they have a bunch of weed on the floor from fucking
That's
filling
what it is.
sacks,
It's the
they
shake.
sweep it up.
It's the shake,
with
yeah.
the hair and all that from the pretty girls working there, and then they fucking roll joints out.
They
of
call it the house blend.
it. Yeah,
Oh, so it's like a
They
New
call it the
Jersey
house
Turnpike.
blend.
That's what
Yeah.
that shot is called, the New Jersey
Yeah.
Turnpike.
That's what that is.
I go, what, is that a premium pre-roll? And they go, no, it's just a house blend. Oh, okay.
House fucking blend.
Yep.
Nice try.
You might be smoking some like fingernails.
You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's
This
always
thing's
Part of the
quality.
experience.
Things laced with
Part of
what?
the
It
experience.
Yeah. Weed's weed.
Yeah.
Grit.
But the good thing is, like, when I go in, like, I go to one spot.
A lot of grit.
I go to one major spot all the time that I
I'm
know
talking
where I
about
can
the
get.
little rocks grit. Not like the attention to attaining a goal, a common goal.
Coming together.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
It's like I mean, it's like being a kid in a candy store. Let's be honest here. For stoners.
No, it is. Yeah, you're exactly right.
I want to make a castle. That's like a destination place.
It's got to have a moat, right?
Why doesn't a vape
sure.
company, like a THC vape company, or an edible company?
Call me.
Yeah,
I don't know. I
you talk about it nonstop.
Well,
I
we do
enjoy
vitamins,
it.
so.
Well, I just want people to know.
Well,
Like,
the thing is that I could be the arm.
yeah,
You know
we
what I
enjoy
mean?
the thing about it is this: the marijuana PR is terrible.
It is.
It's terrible. The
It-
hippies started it. The hippies started it, to be honest with you. The hippies were associated with hating the war, being like hating everything. So immediately that just rubbed people the wrong way. Same stuff that we
You know who it rubbed the wrong way was the fucking baby boomers.
Bang. Okay, so the baby boomers are all the people who are in charge now. So whenever they
Yes.
think of marijuana, they think of those hippies, and those hippies were the people that were anti everything they're about. So it's like, well, now marijuana is associated with that, and it's
Yep.
like, no, marijuana doesn't do that. Marijuana is just like a fucking very, very beneficial thing to society on all fronts. And it's like marijuana has a bad PR problem, and that's why I talk about it because I want people to know, like, I feel like marijuana is something I enjoy and I wish I could do it more regularly. And it's very stupid that it is banned when any pill that
Yeah.
ruins lives you can go get, or alcohol even that has made me do very dumb shit. It's just very easy to get. It's a
Opioids,
That's why I talk about it though. That's honestly why I talk about it, because I want people to know, like, hey. Like, I feel like I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. I feel like I'm not a bad representative.
Right.
Was I a douchebag at one point? For sure.
Yeah.
But I was a professional athlete. Now I have a good time. I feel like I run a good business. Like, weed is not something that is just ruining
There's
it.
a stigma like you're going to be a couch potato. and
Yeah,
you're not. Yeah,
exactly.
There's to be honest with you, there's a lot more people coming out of the woodwork that you'd be like, that guy fucking smokes weed.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Well,
They're
now
coming-
it's everybody.
yeah, now people, the stigma's kind of going away, so people are not.
That bad stigma is why nobody would talk about it, though.
Yeah.
So it's just
Yeah.
like the woke society we live in now. So now everybody's like, once they hear one person be like, I smoke weed, like other people be like, yeah, us too. Like, yeah.
Right.
Like, that's something that back in the day, people used to have to hide it almost. It was like moonshiners. Like, people would have to fucking hide that they were drinking during a prohibition. It's only a matter of time, though. Weed.
I mean, I had to convince my wife because when I would show her that this was what's helping me and this is what's going to help our relationship stay strong.
Yeah, this is going to be good for all of us.
Yeah, I mean, she knows like when I get a little shitty or if I get in a moment, she just I'll just go out to the garage and take care of it. Come back in, I'm a totally different person.
I assume marijuana does a lot for the mental state of a PTSD
Man,
person.
it's here the only thing about it, it's like a Band-Aid. It doesn't completely get rid of it.
Yep.
So we're going to dig into this.
We
and
are.
and we're going to get to the
Well,
bottom.
what you described, I feel like has been going on for years. People like Pat, people just didn't talk about it. Like
No,
you just
yeah.
sneak out to the garage, puff one, and then come
Well,
back.
the
and
original story behind Reefer
brush it under
Madness,
the rug.
The story behind Reefer Madness was a guy who owned a paper company, and because there was people coming in trying imposing on his business as a paper company. So he created, in order to, because he was using cannabis, obviously, and he created this movie to scare people, and
it was
so nobody else would stop.
That's like
growing.
with everything, man. It's literally with everything. Everything is all propaganda. It's all about who's spinning what to see who's in what favor.
Well, in the 40s and 50s, people were so fucking gullible. I mean, so gullible.
Well,
you
that's
could tell them
before Google. Everybody was gullible before Google.
Well,
Whoever
only-
said anything with the most confidence was
true.
a thriving
I would have been
motherfucker.
a king.
You, oh my God, Diggs, you're born in the wrong era. All right, that's it for today.
Hey, man, thanks for having me on.
Thank you, man. Thank you for letting us tell your story, by the way, because I think you were probably, whenever we first talked, I'll say this because you probably don't want to. When I first asked you about it, you seemed a bit reserved because you didn't want the spotlight, which is kind of the main military mindset. Is like, I shouldn't take the attention away of the group, but I think if you put a spotlight on something, it can show the depiction and the picture of the group. And I think it's one of those things that what's good for the gander is good for the goose. Let's make sure we take care of the people who signed up to take care of us. 100%. And I think that's what it's going to show. And I'm very thankful you're letting us do it.
I'm thankful you're giving me the opportunity, man.
At Wiz
Let's go.
Khalifa, at Tactical Diggs, at Nick Morado, at Sean Latham, at Ty Schmidt, at Evan Foxy, hashtag Endgang, hashtag Endgame to potential win McAfee Centaur t-shirt. We need a picture to be tweeted into the group. Send in a gif of,
How about a 50 cal on top of a car?
there we go. 50 cal on top of a Prius. For those with the photoshopping ability, seems like you might win this thing.
Wait.
So
are
many
you
rednecks
trying to
right now
tell
across the
me
world.
This isn't a regular thing. Yeah, I'm the first one to think this up.
What was that ice cream car? We talked about this a few times. The video game.
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal. I played that game a couple times, by the way. I like that.
a good game.
GTA I've played on my phone.
Really?
On a plane.
Nice.
I signed up $9.99. It was a fucking 4-hour trip. Like everybody, what's this?
How was it on the phone?
It wasn't bad. I don't really understand what I'm supposed to do. I'm just running around.
Yeah,
That's what you
all
do.
Just running around. Every once in a while, the cops start chasing me, and I get caught, and we restart. And I'm like, there has to be something to do. And then you go into these challenges, and they make the challenges impossible. The challenges are impossible. Impossible.
Is this GTA?
Yeah.
Well, you can't play like online,
there's-
like Call of Duty, like where one gang fights another gang.
You
in the
can
streets?
now.
You
Really?
can. Oh, but online, like same as Call of Duty.
similar.
He probably has one of the older ones on the phone though, where it's like just the missions and shit like that.
Yeah, missions are impossible, though.
I hate
I can imagine to be very hard on a phone. I had it on PC, and some of them, you can't beat them.
It was impossible.
Fuck a mission, bro.
I got busted by these cops on this runaway, like in the same city, but this city's small. So if they got 5 cops, I'm fucked. I can't. I make one right turn, it's over. I could never get out of the little area I was in.
That's when you get on the boat. You shoot
wouldn't
right
let
around
me.
the jet ski, and
It
then you
wouldn't let
and then
me
you get off
leave.
the boat, then you get on an airplane, and you parachute out.
There's no jet ski in the mobile
In
version.
a desert.
All of a
I don't
sudden,
know. I don't.
That's
play it.
true.
dude, I'd be riding down the street, and then just an invisible wall would hit, and I'm done. Now I'm arrested. Like, how are you even going to act like that? Like this street is going to go somewhere. It was a bad game.
I feel like on a flight, you shouldn't be playing that.
Another good game on your phone is this backflip game. It's like a ninja that does backflips, and you have to press the screen to make him jump, and then you have to press the screen to make him start his backflip, and then you have to press the thing to make him stop his backflip, and then you have to press the thing to land him, and you make him do these crazy jumps. He's a little ninja.
I downloaded that after he talked about it. Very addicting.
Yeah,
I put hours in that thing.
Was it like a puppet?
Did you
where
beat
he
the whole
like
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you,
Unlocked all the gyms and everything.
yep. Then you start doing trick flips.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you're getting bored.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a flight to California one time. that game was a flight. All these the only time I really play video games are on flights. And I'll tell you what, that Acrobat game is a good game. Underappreciated. Also, Smash the Monkey or
Monkey
whatever.
Bash, yeah.
Monkey
Used
Bash.
to dominate that on all the what are the touch screen games in the bars.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Photo hunt.
Yep.
Nude photo hunt.
A little basketball game.
No, you know another one? There's this flick home run that I have.
I did that with boogers when I was a kid.
Hit a lot of dingers, Sean. Hit a lot of dingers.
They would call me the Mark McGuire of booger flicking.
Do you have a Sammy Sosa out there pushing you to be better?
Yeah, my best friend.
All right, you guys have a Thursday wrestling recap on the other side of the song. You get it. Every Thursday we talk about the wrestling world with Rip Rogers, Robbie Fox, and this week, super fan Jeff Vibbert, super wrestling fan the Jeff Vibbert stopped in. I think you're going to enjoy it. Cheers. Oh, yeah, hit that. Yep, you hit it. By the way, T's and P's to Aaron Rodgers, who's going through a difficult time with the breakup of him and Jordy Nelson. He's not happy about it. I just want to let everybody know that. He's not happy about it. And when my BFF is not happy about something, neither am I. Neither am I. So, cheeseheads everywhere. I think we're all in this together. We're not happy Jordy Nelson's getting moved because Aaron Rodgers, the golden arm, is not happy about it. Let's keep the golden arm happy. Let's just go ahead and ride that train until it goes off the tracks. Anyways, that's about it. Hit the...
Hit it again. Fuck
Nicolas Cage is playing Superman? What the fuck does that mean?
In an animated TV show.
I wanted to ask that earlier too. Like, what the fuck's going on? Who threw it?
Stephen Hawking died.
He did.
Rest in peace to that guy. I didn't know who he was.
His dying wish was that Nicolas Cage could play Superman.
All right, hit the music.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. He was a high school All-American, a college All-American. He was All-Pro in the NFL, but the thing that he's most proud of is during his show in Muncie, Indiana, he made a woman in the crowd laugh so hard, she shit her pants. Ladies and gentlemen, Pat McAfee!
Tucker Barnhart just hit his fucking fourth spring home run. This dude's Gold Glove about to win the MVP. Cincinnati Reds taking it all the fuck away. Home. All the way home. You get it. I got excited there. That's what I'm talking about. He's hitting dong shots, cuz. And that's your Tucker Barnhart minute. All right, wrestling recap is next. We're on the road to WrestleMania and things are getting hot. At the Jeff Vibbert, very new wrestling fan, just got on the WWE Network train, started watching the Vince McMahon, Stone Cold Steve Austin rivalries from back in the day, the Attitude Era, watch the behind the scenes shit. He absolutely is hook, line, and sinker. He will be joining this wrestling recap, as always, at Nick Moroto, at Robbie Fox?
At Robbie Barstool.
Oh, I fucked that one
You've
up.
read it wrong for a few weeks now, but I never correct you because I think it's nice that you plug it anyway.
Just make sure you say the name right. That's all. At Hustler2754, Rip Rogers says, just make sure the check don't bounce and you say my name right. Is that right, Rip?
Yeah, and we get paid tomorrow if you don't have me. If you don't have my account set up, can you just pay me so I can pay the electric bill? You know.
I don't know what that means, Rip. I have no idea what that means.
Pay the electric bill.
I was referring to what you always say about the wrestling business, where as long as the check don't bounce, and you better say my name right. That's literally something you.
I know that. Usually, I have to get it.
The first time we recorded this,
I have to get it in cash. I
said, just make sure we spell the name right. And I was like, sorry, did I spell your name wrong
See,
somewhere? Like,
I'm trying to set his old ass up. He had no idea what was happening here. I'm trying to set his old ass up in here.
It is old.
But it's a handsome one.
But I didn't have 47 hours on the shitter and my asshole puckering on Adam Cole, you trailer park, whatever.
Crapper.
Yeah, okay, Snabbits.
I couldn't say shitter.
On the gimmick.
I tried to go G.
We haven't talked since that, by the way, Pat. That was fantastic.
Thanks. Jim Ross said it was average.
Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't fantastic. It was average. Yeah, Rossi's right.
That was fantastic. I've been a big Adam Cole guy for a while. I ran into Adam Cole backstage at a show that I lied about my age to get into years ago, and I was like, I saw him and I was like, hey, I don't mean to be a mark, but I'm a giant fan. Yeah, I was like, I'm just such a big fan, and he's like, fuck it. He's like, we're all marks. He's like, that's why we're in the business, because we were such big marks that we got into it.
That's a true statement. Rip
That's right.
Says, Rip says
the
it all
biggest
time.
mark. You love this shit.
Yep.
You're just mad at just think if you was 6'5", 285, steroid to fucking death, and walk around with the fanny pack lats out, calling me fucking brother, you'd be fucking loving the world, getting your dick sucked all the time. But since you're not, you got to be the world's most intellectual man in the world.
Yeah, the big fan. Everybody's a mark.
Oh fuck, we love this shit.
It was interesting though. Whenever marks started getting tossed around, outside of the wrestlers, the fans. Like, oh, you're a mark. It came like a derogatory term for people, and it was like, yeah, I think I am though. Like, I don't know, is that wrong? Like, I think I am a fan. Like when Brock Lesnar punches a guy in the face, whenever you know he's not supposed to punch a guy in the face, like I really love that. And when when Vince McMahon tells the entire crowd basically to eat shit, like I really enjoy that form of yeah, I'm a mark. I am a mark, 100%. I appreciate that. Baron Corbin sent me a text after that Adam Cole baby promo, and then the Brock Lesnar jump. He said, "You little mark boy." That's what he said. "You little mark boy." I was like, "Oh, I appreciate that." Got a chance to chat with him last night, Robbie. We sat in a cigar bar for like 2.5 hours. Talking about
very nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool chit chatting with him, man. He's doing well. I enjoy him as a human and a wrestler.
Hey, he had a hell of a run in that six-pack challenge on Fastlane. He
And
had
he-
that one little sprint in the match, hitting deep sixes on everyone and their mother.
And I think he did
It's
four.
awesome.
I think he did 4 spins on that deep. It seemed as if it was
Yeah.
longer than usual, and then he looked faster, getting down under the rope, around the outside, back in. I was like, "Man, you were looking fast. I want to let you know you're looking much faster." He's like, "I'm down a little bit of weight. I appreciate that." Like he took it as
Yeah,
like a,
I
was like,
love that. I love that move he does, by the way. He took that. That's an old move that Big Boss Man used to do in Japan.
How about that, Rip? Did you hear this fucking deep into the history? Robbie Fox, the modern day wrestling fan, just got right there. He went fucking deep there. Big Boss Man, not even on this continent, in fucking Japan, Rip. Do you hear that? Respect that.
Well, Big Boss Man's goddamn dead. What the fuck you think?
No.
But you didn't know that because you're not a big super fan. You ain't a mark like him.
I knew
and
Boss Man was
he's
dead.
And he's going back how many goddamn years? Well, tell us about goddamn Stanislaus Zabisco, you know. The original great fucking Gama.
Oh, it's
Go back to
Larry's
shit
dad.
like that.
I was talking about Boss Man.
Larry Zabisco.
Oh, I love Larry Zabisco. What a little character that guy was. Stephen Hawking's is dead, though.
Lawrence Whistler, love.
Dead guy.
Dead guy. Stephen Hawking's dead guy.
Super dead.
Oh, yeah, he is, isn't he?
He died today, Rip.
Yeah.
Were you a Stephen Hawking's fan or not?
No, I just saw it on my phone. I said, who in the fuck's he? Then I read it. I said, oh, he's over.
He's
But he was, well, they said he was.
Stephen Hawking's is over.
But they said he was going to die, 50 years ago or something? You know what I mean?
Yep.
I was told he's not dead. They just plugged his brain into a computer and it's just going.
Well, that's like fucking Ted Williams. They still got the fucking cryptic gimmick, and he's going to come back and hit Lifetime 342 again.
If one wrestler could live forever,
Oh, Buddy Rogers.
you love Buddy.
Buddy fucking Rogers. Him or Terry Funk, yeah.
Terry Funk might.
Well, he's
Terry-
gonna.
yeah,
well,
Terry
he,
Funk might. He's
yeah,
still
he-
getting in the
he-
ring
He
and
gonna
working matches.
He's going to retire another 20 times though.
It's a
That's
good
all right.
gimmick.
Yeah,
Good
it's
rib.
good gimmick.
Good gimmick.
Rib. Fuck, I got everybody here saying good rib, good rib, good gimmick. Yeah, fucking Jeff over there, fucking Snabitz, has got his worm hanging out. He's going, oh, did you see my gimmick?
Well, he
Then he's hitting the basketball. Hey, did you see my gimmick?
Dude,
Don't
wait.
work me.
This was a text, bro. This was a text he sent me just today. He literally sent me this just
Is
today.
Jeff all in on the lingo?
Just wait until you see how fucking all in he is, dude. I'm literally in a meeting with the boss, Erica. Okay, literally in a meeting. In my phone, it vibrates like, so we FaceTime, right? So I enjoy FaceTiming with people because it's just much easier to communicate and quicker and more efficient. It's just everything, right? And my phone just starts vibrating. Brrr, and I'm like, who the fuck is texting me? I go over and it's Jeff Vibert on my phone. And it goes, hey, can I run a gimmick by you? Can I run? And he wants to own a little league like baseball team.
Yep.
That's his gimmick. He wants
Oh,
to.
I looked into that. I looked into sponsoring like a little league softball team. I think that's a great idea. You
That's
should
what
let
he
him do
wants.
it.
That's what he wants to do. He wants to be the owner. He wants to fucking wear a
Yeah.
suit and everything.
They're gonna put my name on the outfield wall. It's amazing.
Yes, yes, all in.
That's how you get over, Rip.
It's like Dixie Carter, spend all daddy's money and get over, right?
I'm rotten now.
Hey, now hold on. You've said that before. People say that about Dixie. How she was just, she had a lot of money and she was like a super fan, and when she wanted to get famous, like I think the owner has to be a character almost. I think like Vince McMahon has set the scene that if you're an owner of a wrestling company, you have to be involved in it. Like you have to.
Even before Vince, they were doing that with Tony, President Tony of the WWF.
I respect it.
Yeah, I mean, Paul Heyman did it too a little bit in ECW, didn't he?
You kind of have to. I think it's something you have to do. So, like, Dixie, I think, gets a lot of hate. But TNA had a little bit of a relevance run there for a little while, and there's no other company that's been able to do it.
Very little.
It was little.
Okay, now, here's your numbers, and you lost $128 million. Oh, okay.
Not good, you're saying.
Yes, I mean you're not that over. I want to get on TV. I want to get fucking power bomb through a table. I'm a girl and I can jump up going like this and get over. I don't think so.
He lost 128 million.
That was just
not over, is what Rip said.
That was a figure of speech. It's like when you walked out on your $24 million contract, guaranteed.
Okay, good, gotcha.
19, I mean.
Six.
Oh,
6. Everybody thinks I was going to be a lot richer than I actually was. You walked out on so much money. I'm like, have you ever Google searched beachfront property? It is very expensive, and ain't no punter going to be able to get one in a long time. So let's go ahead and play some scratch-offs. Let's play the Powerball, and let's just hope some T-shirt sells 10 million of them.
Yikes.
There we go. That a boy.
Wait a minute.
You
Wait
could
a
have
minute.
got one of those shirts if you wouldn't have walked away from that $100 million contract.
Oh, I know. It's what I do. It's what I do. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I wish I had Dixie Carter money.
Wait a minute. McAfee 317.
Oh, Rip, don't do it. We don't have enough time for you to take your clothes off.
Okay, then I'll just pull it up.
Yep.
And I got yikes.
This guy's got fucking 6 shirts
And then
on.
4. Then I'll pull up from yikes. I go to, wait a minute. What's that name? Is that the wow? I'm old.
You took 2 breaths there.
I know what you got me. I didn't think he was going to do that. Then you got the Pat McAfee kick my ass thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I like it.
I got the snippets.
I want to let you know that's $100 worth of shirts that you're wearing. But if you buy now on BarstoolSports.com,
you get 20% off, right?
Nope.
No free ads
for a limited time only. 0% off all the shirts in the store. Everything must go. Buy one, get one the exact same price right now. BarstoolSports.com store.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck, you're over. That's a hell of a gimmick.
I'll tell you what, that is a good gimmick.
That is a fucking gimmick. Almost as good as Jeff's being a goddamn Little League manager.
Yeah, he's going to be an owner, not a manager. He's going to employ a manager.
Then he's going to tell the little kid when he's out of the fucking game, you're fired. Because he knows his history now. And he's a supermark.
He's all in on it.
And he's over.
Yeah.
He's all in.
I have a question for you, Pat. So Barron, that's your friend's name, right? Okay. So when you were in the NFL, he was starting to come up wrestling. You said you talked as rookies about being wrestlers. Was there ever a time where you're like, I just want to leave the NFL and just go do wrestling with them?
Oh, yeah. There was a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of times. Mark Madden was a guy that would call me an idiot every time I had that thought. Mark Madden's a guy from Pittsburgh who comes after Barstool.
Still does call you an idiot.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, he comes out. He's coming after Barstool at a ridiculous, obnoxious amount right now. I don't
He came
understand.
after me years before I was even at Barstool.
He's the same.
I was shitting on his commentary or something on Twitter.
He was a great WCW heel commentator for a while. He was the bad guy commentator, but he's the exact same as Barstool, just like a controversial figure. I mean, he's in Pittsburgh.
Except not funny.
Well, in Pittsburgh, he's a monster, though, because he has a lot of relative stuff he says in Pittsburgh. So if you're from Pittsburgh, it's like he's a relatable character. But it's just like the fact he comes after Barstool so much, I don't get personally. But Nick and I have known him since like we were in high school. Like we've known him a long time. And every time I would talk about leaving football to go wrestle, he'd be like, you are the biggest idiot on earth. Like, don't even think about that. If you want to play soccer, he says you should do that. But this wrestling thing is the dumb. And he kind of like, it was one of those things where I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I better make sure that I'm in a good, comfortable spot first before I go and do this, because I've heard it's very difficult. But now it's one of those things that I still want to do heavy. But watching Baron Corbin go do well was really cool for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was really cool for me to watch him, because literally it was like we were in the same place almost. Now, granted, I was drafted in the 7th round, 222, doing a job that I didn't know how to do yet. And he was an undrafted free agent that was at the team. We were staying in the same hotel for 3 months, living next to each other. Mm-hmm. He got like a $400 signing bonus, I believe, because he was just from a small little school. So he and I would go to restaurants, go out together. Like I would be the one paying, like offering to pay for everything almost. He's such a gentleman and such a nice guy. It's cool. It was cool to watch him like become, because he was a Golden Gloves boxer. Like he's a legit fucking, yeah, he's like an NFL offensive lineman and a Golden Gloves boxer. So he's like an impressive fucking figure, you know? And he was just, it was really cool to watch him kind of go after it and chase it, just like he said he was going to do. And like, we literally told each other, like, if this doesn't work, we should definitely do wrestling, because we're both fans. That's kind of what initiated our conversation. It was cool. It was cool to catch up with him last night too, because he's got a good character, man. He's got a good character in wrestling right now. He's funny. He's a prick that's funny. I enjoy that. Like, I enjoy
that Money in the Bank cash in this year was great stuff. Big time cucked.
Yeah, but it's great content. It's hilarious. Like, he's a bad guy. He's a hilarious bad guy. Like, him throwing people's faces when he started doing that move and like screaming. Like, I enjoy it. I think he's a good character. I'm enjoying what he's doing. I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for him. And he's got a house in Florida.
Beachfront?
It's not.
Ooh.
I did ask him.
Almost.
But it's a nice size, I think. I think it's a nice size. I tried to wiggle my way into a room, you know. I was like, hey, let me get a room down there. He's like, yeah, come on down, man. Anytime you want. I'm like, thanks. I'm happy I invited myself down to Florida to your house. He's on the road a lot. Back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day, you were on the road how much? Rip?
Well, see, these guys got it goddamn made.
I don't know, dude.
Wait a minute.
They're on the road like 300 days a year.
They're on the day.
Get fucking real.
4 out of the 7 days.
Wow.
Bill,
wait
that
a
is
minute.
still a lot of days on the road.
ton.
Traveling on the 5th day. That's still.
please,
Now, granted,
please,
we
please.
understand that back in the day,
Yes.
food was hard to get, milk was tough to get, gas, you had to wait in fucking line. Like, I
You had to
understand
walk up the hill in
You-
the snow both ways.
both ways. We understand
Both
that
ways.
the older generation, you guys are tougher. Like, I'm being serious when I ever say that.
You have to be, because I don't want to be told by no goddamn millennial what the fuck's going on.
No, but it's one of those things where life is tough. Like, life was much harder
Shots
back in the day.
fired, Rip.
We agree with that completely. But it's one of those things where these dudes' lives, like, I think we're comparing their jobs to the wrong. Like, we should not be comparing the modern wrestlers to these marathon Ironmen that you guys were back in the day. And I'm being serious when I say that. Just driving town to town to town, 4 shows in one day sometimes.
No, just three.
Just
3.
Sorry, but Ironmen, like comparing anybody to that is insane. Like everybody's job would be weak if we compared it to that. But the wrestlers now, he's still on the road 4.5 days out of the week, like all year round, no off season. See you later. Like that's a wild thing. Now compared to what you guys used to do, which I was going to ask you about, how many days were you on the? It was every day situation, right?
Yeah.
Basically, right?
That's like, I remember working for Bill Watts. I had 10 shows one week.
That's fucking insane.
In
Think
the
about that,
meantime,
Vips.
in the meantime, we were doing the miles that a truck driver would do. We're having to get there on our own. We're having our upkeep on our own car, and most of the roads those days were 2 lanes. We're fucking 2 lanes.
So you're taking care of your bodies too.
We're doing everything.
So you have to work out.
We
as well.
have to do everything.
That's insane.
And if you was into wrestling, you wanted it. And you would not take no for an answer. You would not let anybody outwork your fucking ass. And you love that shit. And I'm the world's biggest fucking mark. Jesus Christ. I was a member of the Handsome Jimmy Valiant fan club. I got all the wrestling magazines when there used to be about 8, 9 magazines that would come out. So once, like my Marvel comic books, I get them all at once because I'd get them bulk, and I'd subscribe to all that, and the wrestling magazines too. I just love wrestling. I'd get on just that fucking antenna, whether I watch Louisville wrestling, Indianapolis wrestling, the Sheiks wrestling, or All Star wrestling with Buzz Benson from Paducah, Kentucky. I was getting 4 different goddamn shows. You know what I mean? Sure. All this fucking shit, and all I'm thinking my whole life is, how am I going to get into wrestling business? Because it was kayfabe. How do I get in there? How in the fuck am I going to do this shit? When I'm graduating from high school, I'm going to college, play football, blah, 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 but I'm going to be a championship wrestler some way. I just haven't figured it out yet because I didn't know.
And then when you get in there, you realize that every opportunity could be the next big opportunity. So whenever they offer you a match in St. Louis and you're somewhere else, you're like, I'm on my way.
I go anywhere.
Yep.
A chance to meet other people. And when they would see you, the whole thing it would be, well, you're the shits. I said, well, I wasn't even trained. Well, that's obvious, they'd say. But you've got a good attitude, and you do as you're fucking told. And this other stuff you will learn. And the moves are irrelevant. It's the attitude. The attitude of doing what's best for the company. Because if the company does good, then, what's your job on the team? Well, hell, you're going to bust up that wedge, right? You're fucking protecting the goddamn fucking passer.
Yep.
You're the fucking holder on this. You're the fucking long snapper.
Yep.
That's your goddamn fucking job.
Yep.
How am I on the team? Well, you're 3rd string tight end, you're 2nd string fucking safety, you're backup punter, backup fucking holder, backup kickoff man, and you got the last spot on the fucking roster, and we love you because you bust your ass.
Got you.
Wrestling the same goddamn way.
What is the wildest trip you've made? Like, what is like you woke up in one state, had a match, drove to like another complete other area, and then maybe like what is the travel stretch that you remember most? Holy fuck!
I made the Maritimes twice, up and back, 33 straight hours driving to get there.
Wow.
That was the record. Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, from Indianapolis.
You did what now?
Drove 33 straight hours to get there. That's a record. That's my record.
How'd you stay awake?
Cokes.
Like cocaine.
Coca-Cola.
No, yeah, cocaine.
Oh no, I don't do that shit. Fuck you.
Meth? You did meth?
No, I don't do none of that shit.
You did
Excessive masturbation is about all I do.
meth? On the road there.
Yeah. Oh, that'll keep you up for about 40 minutes. You might have to put,
So
You don't fall asleep afterwards?
Oh no, because then I'm revved, baby.
33 hours.
33 hours.
With who?
Just me.
Did you have a cassette you listened to?
It's like a prison
What?
sentence.
A cassette.
Yeah.
You're doing time.
I've never had a cassette in my goddamn life.
What was the car?
Well, the first time it was a 76 Pinto.
Oh, of course, yeah. One of them.
And it had a fucking dent in it where I had a fucking wreck, but I didn't report it because I would have.
You never had a cassette in your life? You're ribbing me.
No, I'm not.
Hey, good gimmick.
No, I didn't have no fucking cassette.
This'll work.
No, I used to go
work.
down. I used to have the
Everyone's
45.
working themselves into shoots over here.
No, I had the 45 records
In your car?
and in the albums. No,
8-track?
No, this was before that. I had records.
What'd you listen
Yeah.
to in the car for 33
you
hours?
just-
The fucking radio. You drive through, and all of a sudden you knew. Well, okay, I'm going to Indianapolis, and I'm going past Cincinnati, so I'll tune in their stations, and then I'll go, whatever that long ass Pennsylvania fucking turnpike to whatever. Going.
What are you going to Cincinnati for? Are you going north?
No, I'm going fucking east. The fucking Maritimes.
I don't know. I just don't think Cincinnati's the right way to go. I don't. If you're asking me, if I was
That's
to,
why you went 30.
that's what I'm saying. I think this could have been a lot shorter
No,
trip.
that was just a figure of
You
fucking
saved
speech.
4 hours, right? I just got 4 hours knocked off for you. Just go to Columbus instead. Don't go down to Cincinnati. Just stay right across Columbus.
But I didn't live in Indianapolis then.
Well, that's what I just heard you a couple seconds ago.
I was just saying that. So
Oh,
you,
'cause
so
you're
you
in
would-
southern Indiana,
Yes.
Seymour.
Yeah,
Got you. You got
But
to
anyway, yeah. But I could have went across the fucking the Windsor fucking thing going through there. Then I got that long ass haul in the fucking shitty Canadian fucking roads. And when you go there, no, you got the goddamn gas. The gas that they cost per fucking liter, so it's twice as fucking
Petrol.
much there. The petrol love. Yeah,
It's petrol.
So when the motherfuckers come into K and they want to get a little fucking tin of goddamn the fucking chew shit they put in their mouth and it fucking kills you anyway. It's $25 a fucking tin in Canada. So they come here just smiling and shit because they get the fucking tin here for whatever $3.69.
Yeah,
you get to save $1 too. I said,
It's a tariff gimmick.
Oh, it's fucking lovely.
It's a good rib.
Oh, it's a good gimmick. It's a good gimmick, ain't it, Jeff?
Jesus.
Great. I just looked at it. It's 16,000 miles from here to Nova Scotia.
No, it's
Or
not
1,600, sorry.
16,000.
1,600.
He took a trip to
Yeah.
Okay. So now divide that about 55 miles an hour, because I'd be 55, stay alive.
Really? You're just
Oh, yeah.
cruising at the speed
Slow
of
and steady.
Oh yeah,
That's why, yeah.
that's why. Okay, and divide that and how and
I got to.
No wonder
See,
Rip's so fucking crazy. You got to be going crazy making trips like that.
Yeah, he did a hard time. He was doing a prison sentence in a Pinto. Like Nick said that earlier. So he was in that longer than I was in actual solitary confinement. And I
What
feel
is-
like my solitary confinement
what is
He
it?
was in that longer than I've been
What is
alive.
it, Jeff?
Pat.
was probably nicer.
is that was that 29?
29.
It's only
But-
20,
but
but
I'm
that,
assuming you had to stop and eat and piss.
no,
and
I
shit
always had
and
to
jerk off.
I always had the piss things in there with me. The big old fucking gallon jug thing with the wide thing.
Oh, the piss
So,
gimmick.
yeah, so I can put the thing in there and pee when you're going and shit.
Okay, that makes sense.
You stop at gas stations only? You don't do restaurants, I assume.
No, but I'd have to take a shit every once in a while, you know.
Gas station,
You
get
don't got a shit jug?
Huh? No, I didn't. I don't try and get over you, fucking millennial Mark motherfucker. I'm trying to promote a fight with him and fucking Jeff, and all of a sudden they start telling me about all their concussion issues. These two non-athletic motherfuckers tell me, whoa, goddamn concussion. Wait a minute. No disrespect to cross country.
I'm a Division I athlete, right?
Oh, my God. All right. Let's talk about. So you guys are much tougher, is what we're saying.
What's that?
Well, you can,
Oh, no. When I was talking about when WWE first went big time, it's like Piper and them be on the road 21 straight days.
That's wild.
They do 21 straight days and they'd be off a week.
All right, so WrestleMania is right around the corner. They're trying to set up storylines right now. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have been all over the place. Monday Night Raw's got some magic going on. Nick, what has happened in
Let's
the world?
start with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn came out last night and basically pulled a work over on old Shane O'Mac.
They did, didn't they?
They pretended they weren't liking each other. They were feuding. They weren't getting along. They both come down to the ring. Shane wants to put him in a match at WrestleMania. He says he's going to take a leave of absence. And they come out and they beat the ever-loving shit out of Shane.
By the way, SmackDown in Indianapolis, shout out to whoever was holding the McAfee 317 equals rating sign. I appreciate you so much. That is hilarious. I'm very thankful for that. I just want that to be known.
That was a good sign.
It was a great sign. Great sign. It was a little out of focus a couple times. It worried me a little bit there early because I thought I saw it early because I was like, oh.
Well, I think there was about 100 signs like that, but as they come through, they confiscate. No, none of those McAfee 317. No, this has got to be WWE merchandise.
Well, that makes sense from a business side of town, but so did the ratings thing. That's an incredible thing. But I enjoyed the whole, like, what's happening right now.
And it was pretty violent with Shane. I was surprised they put the chair around his neck, rammed him into the ring post. Then they took him back, literally drug him to the back by his arms, and then powerbombed him on top of just some steel rack or structure.
Why'd they drag him all the way back there? The lights just went out on Robbie Fox. That's a sign.
That's tough.
It's not good.
The Undertaker's running in on me.
Well, by the way, he's going to be the American Badass, right? And come back, and that's going to
He
get...
fucking better be.
Yeah, Robbie.
I don't mean to skip the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn stuff. I think that's great. I think they'll be working towards a tag match now. I know they said the one-on-one, but I feel like now Shane's got to get himself a partner, whoever it is.
Yep, 100% right. Who would that be, I wonder? That would be a great question. It'll be...
The first one that came to mind, and it doesn't make a ton of sense from a storyline perspective, but they just signed him to a huge deal and probably want to use him in a big spot, is Dolph Ziggler. Then again, it just doesn't make any sense to me, but I could see them. I mean, they just gave him like this giant contract.
I think that's a good call.
Good for Dolph,
He doesn't
by the
have
way.
a match or anything, right?
How big of a contract?
Like $1.2 million a year.
Good for Dolph, man. He's been he's been grinding a long time.
That is a massive contract, especially for like someone. They like to cap a lot of people at $1 million, so them giving him more, good for him. I haven't been a big fan of his for a while now, but I'm happy for him. So I'm at UFC in Boston. He towered over me, frightened me. I'm a little boy. But the Undertaker thing, the American Badass, I'm so tired of the Undertaker. I love this guy. I really do. I think I've said it on this show. I'm just not interested in seeing him wrestle anymore. We've watched him have 4 bad WrestleMania matches in a row. He's tarnishing his legacy.
Hold on, though. That's exactly the opposite.
The Hall of Fame.
That's exactly the opposite of what Cena said now. Cena said, you are not too old, you are not blah, 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 but
I know, Cena's a mark.
The Kid
Rock. He needs a match at WrestleMania.
The Kid Rock Undertaker thing is such a good, easy way to do this. He retired the dead man, then you retire the American Badass.
Yes, I was so anti dead man coming back after the streak ended. I was like, once the streak ends, he should retire.
Mm-hmm.
I was at that WrestleMania praying that I heard the dead man walk, and he comes out on the Harley, revving it up in the bandana. Oh, I would have been cumming myself. Would have literally been cum all over my pants.
That'd been a first, wouldn't it?
Nice.
Don't. What a rib.
What a heel. Good gimmick, huh, Jeff?
It's a rib. It's a rib.
Love the American Badass gimmick. It's like one of my all-time favorite wrestling gimmicks. So if he comes back, I would prefer him to come out to the Limp Bizkit theme, rolling, because that was the jam. But I'm cool with the Kid Rock one. He's been posting pictures on his wife's Instagram of him wearing stuff that says, like, I stand for the national anthem, I stand for the flag, whatever. So I would imagine he'd like to get back into that American Badass gimmick.
Yeah, I think it makes too much sense not to do that.
Especially
with probably why they won't. But
the tribute that they've been giving to Kid Rock is like a 5-minute long video. Like
We're treating Kid Rock like he's Freddie Mercury.
That's what I'm saying. The Kid Rock is getting treated better than some of the Hall of Fame wrestlers that they did. It was pretty. It's been now. Granted, Kid Rock has done a lot apparently from listening, but it's like, wow, this is a big time tribute here.
Can you share your story about going to the IMS and watching Kid Rock? Is it too long?
No, well, Kid Rock is just he's always 24/7 in gimmick. He's in character, right?
Oh yeah.
So I saw a concert with him where there was a fine if there was music played past 11, and at 10:59, I believe he came out and said that. I was just told that if I play past 11, we're gonna get like I forget the fine number. It was big. It was like $100,000 or a couple $100,000, and then he drops in there. Everybody goes quiet, boo, and then he says, I looked them right in their face and I said, my name is, and he did ball with the ball, right? So he played until 11:02, and then he was done. It was like that.
Love it.
That 2 minutes, Kid Rock was worth $200,000. 2 minutes, like
love that.
He didn't do like 10 songs afterwards. He just did that one song and then he walked it off. I'm like,
that's a good gimmick, eh, Rip?
What a good gimmick right there.
That's a hell of a gimmick.
Great.
Got to ask fucking Jeff. He's the king of gimmicks.
It's a great gimmick.
That's how you get over.
Favorite story.
Now, let me tell you something, guys. He's joining the celebrity wing of the Hall of Fame. Yeah. I'm going to read off some names that are inducted into the celebrity wing of the Hall of Fame. It is the most motley crew you could ever put together. So we got Pete Rose,
Yep.
We got William the Refrigerator Perry.
Mm-hmm.
We got Bob Euchre.
Yep.
Drew Carey. Mike Tyson. Our President Donald Trump. Mr. T. Arnold Schwarzenegger. And Snoop Dogg.
Let's go back. Who is Bob Euchre, the guy that created the game Euchre? Who's Bob
That's the
Euchre?
guy.
You don't know
You
who Bob
probably know.
Euchre
Have you seen Major League, the movie?
Yeah, possibly.
He's the announcer in the boot. He was an announcer for what, the Braves for years.
Bit inside.
Just-
Just
missed.
a bit outside. That's Bob
He's the guy with the white hair?
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, got
So
it.
they need to bring that group in as the new NWO or something. Just have that group invade the ring, WrestleMania main event, get Snoop Dogg in there, Pete Rose, Kid Rock, just laying a smackdown on
I'm sure Snoop would do it. I don't think Snoop turns down anything.
No,
He
he
seems
doesn't.
to do a lot of hustle. That guy hustles a lot. He's still working. How did you feel about the Roman Reigns Vince McMahon thing, Nick? How did you feel about that whole
It was
operation?
interesting to me. I liked it. I love when they take real life stuff and kind of work it. And then, like, you brought up the point, we talked about it off air, but you brought up the point that Shane was sitting right there, too, next to Vince, which was really interesting, which kind of, lends some more credibility to it being a shoot, even though it was definitely a work. But I liked it. I enjoyed it.
How about you, Robbie?
They are perfecting this Roman thing. Like, Roman's finally getting over, and it's because they're kind of letting him be himself, kind of just being a badass, not being the carbon copy of what John Cena was for so many years. I loved this promo. I loved the one last week. I was on the show to talk about it, but the shoot style promos for Roman Reigns, they're working right now. That being said, you can't oversaturate them because that happened with CM Punk. CM Punk, one of the all-time greats on the mic, I think. But once he got into the rhythm of, he did the pipe bomb, one of the classic promos that he ever cut, probably for him the most notable. And then he did it like every week after that, and eventually got to the point where we were like, all right, we get it. You're the guy that like shoots on people and whatnot. Roman, he only really needs to do it for this feud, and then he's over. I still don't think fans are going to want the match at WrestleMania.
Rip, have you heard or followed any of this? So basically, Roman Reigns is taking the stance because I feel as if they're trying to get Brock, because Brock is loved everywhere. Brock is loved in the WWE. When his music hits, instant reaction and from everybody because he's been around so long. He's the guy. He was the top guy for so long. Brock Lesnar, just like this untouchable character. And I feel like he might be done. And I feel like they're trying to see if WWE people won't like him with this way of basically him not showing up due to contractual thing, disrespecting the business. Roman Reigns is standing for the WWE universe and the whole thing like that. And they got Vince McMahon involved. He's been suspended now. Vince McMahon even said that sometimes talent abuses their privileges. Like it's almost like it's a very interesting thing happening right now. And you think that's a good idea to control the crowd or not? What do you think, Rip?
They're throwing some stuff against the wall and see what sticks.
Well, it's working too. Everybody's talking about it.
So now, if the ratings go up, it's working, isn't it?
Yep.
Because WrestleMania is going to sell out anyway. That's all there is to it.
Well, I like this too because if Roman quote unquote is suspended and he's not there next week, and Brock actually shows up, that's just another week closer where these two are being held away from each other to kind of keep that build going.
Yep. That is
And
good.
the last time they built, maybe my least favorite shot of all time to close out the go-home show of Monday Night Raw going into WrestleMania. It was going into, 31. They just did a weird tug of war with the title. You remember that?
Oh, yeah,
They
you're
had
right.
the main event, and they literally, it was like, all right, here it is, the two men finally facing off. They'll be in the main event of WrestleMania. And Roman just grabbed the title, and they did a tug of war, and they faded to black. And everyone's like, oh, that was lame as shit.
that WrestleMania match was so stiff. Brock,
Yeah, that was like a fight.
Brock Lesnar was like that was a real life. Like we got body shots getting thrown. People really get like Roman was getting beat up in there. Like,
And that was my favorite crowd atmosphere I have ever been in. The crowd was like hostile. Roman came out of the crowd. People were pushing him. They had to get security guards, get people away from him, people throwing their drinks in his direction. It was, for a match that everyone said they didn't want going into, they got the crowd so hyped up against Roman that, I'm going to use this term again, everyone worked themselves into a shoot.
Okay, now.
Okay.
Everybody hates this motherfucker so much, don't they?
Well, I don't know. What they're trying to do is
Now they're coming around on him.
It's very interesting. It's so interesting what has happened in just a couple weeks here because it is a tide turning.
What I'm getting at, for all this time, they hated him.
Okay, yep.
The more they hate you, when they turn, the more they're going to love you.
Really?
Yes.
So you think like how much Roman Reigns was kind of hated?
That's awesome. If they know, if you can, the thing about a wrestler, if you can get either if they love you, that's great. If they hate you, that's great. If they don't give a shit, you don't matter. It don't matter about your flippy doos and 122 different things you can do. It's emotion, the intensity. I love this motherfucker. I hate this cocksucker. That's all there is to it.
Let me ask you something, Rip. Are the dynamics different? Because a lot of Roman Reigns' heat in the beginning, and not that I agreed with this, but it was over not people saying he's such a good heel, I hate him. It was over them saying he's so bad at wrestling. He's such a bad character that I hate him. Is it any different or is it the same? They hate you, they hate you.
If they hate you, they hate you. It's like you can like this girl and you have no reason why, or you can hate this guy and you don't have any reason. You don't know why. You just do. And you got to remember, in wrestling, it's all bandwagon.
Well, and also, as soon as one person says that they hate how much push Roman's getting, and then it just turns on everybody. That was just like why John Cena became hated, because they're like, this guy gets every opportunity, blah, blah, blah. But it was also because he showed up every fucking, that's like Roman shows up every fucking night. He's always there. Roman is just a workhorse, you know, and that's the way it goes. But this whole representing wrestling in the whole thing and the disrespect of the entire industry is an interesting thing. It's the business, you know, like everybody thinks.
And it's a good angle to take, because if you're a wrestling fan, how could you root against Roman, saying he's the one that respects the business? Brock's possibly going back to the UFC in a bit. You know, it's hard to root against that when it's like, yeah, we are the wrestling fan. You do represent us.
What are some other big stories that happened, Nick?
So AJ Styles and Shinsuke kind of, had a little meeting, let's say, in the ring, and they kind of Nakamura basically said, he speaks limited English, obviously, but he said, I want to
very limited.
Yeah. He said, I want a knee to the face, and I want to win. I want to win that belt. So then Rusev came out, and then, it was going to be Rusev and AJ Styles going at it. Aiden English gets involved. They break that much up. That becomes a DQ. But Nakamura basically saves AJ Styles, and then after the match tells him, I want you fresh for WrestleMania. I want you at your best.
Oh, good move.
I loved this. This is the Hulk Hogan Ultimate Warrior face versus face for the title, kind of defending each other against the heels, saying we want to face each other at our very best on the grandest stage of them all. Fucking adored this.
Adored it. He liked it because as an angle, Rip. Now, if you're the baby face, you don't want to beat a guy who's been beat up by other people.
I want Mike Tyson in his prime against Muhammad Ali in his prime, both 28 years old.
Vibs,
Who's the best? We're finally going to see.
Vibs, what did you say about AJ Styles?
Boring.
No,
he's a
Vibs,
boring guy. I don't see why he's so big.
He is very, very, very popular. Very popular. And everybody says he's a cool guy. Like, as a human, he's a great guy. I don't understand since the beginning, too, but day one he gets in there. And it's because he's been around for so long, I think, everywhere else, and he's so good in the ring. So I think that's the big thing.
Gotcha.
He's
good.
not great on the mic. He's never been a guy that could talk his way, but once you watch him wrestle, go back, watch AJ Styles, John Cena, Royal Rumble 2017, I guess it was. And you'll kind of see why people dig this guy a lot. We're in a culture right now where fandom is driven towards how good are you in the ring. The promo stuff, that's all, icing on the cake. AJ Styles, it's hard to deny him as one of the top 5 in the world right now.
Yeah, see, I'm the exact opposite. I like people's skills on the mic, and that's what makes me like them as opposed to what they do in the ring. But since I've been around wrestling a little more and I watch Pat at NXT, I'm starting to get the moves and like what's more difficult. And I'm like, oh, so I appreciate it. I'm becoming a real fan, a real Mark, as opposed to just some fake ass Mark.
So AJ Styles, though, the shit he does is very remarkable to watch. It is. But man, I'm drawn to the people who can talk.
Yeah.
I've never realized how small AJ Styles is either. Like, Shinsuke was towering over him in the ring. I didn't realize he looks like he's like 5'8", 5'6".
Rip was enjoying what was happening.
I'm enjoying all this shit, you bunch of fucking marks. I fucking love this. Now, I'm going to be a heel.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm going to tell you the way it goddamn is.
Okay.
You know Jamin Olivencia, don't you?
He's incredible.
He is.
That dude was incredible.
And he's still fucking incredible.
He was wearing construction boots this one day. I watched him. He was doing these.
So anyway.
He was working his ring. It was incredible.
He said, I'm going to work with AJ Styles over like by Cincinnati or whatever, right? This is about a year ago or something like that. Might have been 2 years ago.
Before he got to WWE.
Yes.
Got it.
So I said, okay, I want you to tell me about it when you get back.
Okay.
I said, how was the match? He goes, man. He goes, I was better than him.
Whoa.
And I said, I know you are.
So you take a shot. Listen to this.
No, I'm just telling you. I said, I know you are.
So you.
I said, because your intensity, your fucking emotion, you're not into fucking moves to get your fucking work rate up like a fucking mark.
So
This is a goddamn fight, is what this motherfucking is. And you get these people loving you or fucking hating you. But you could see it, couldn't you? He goes, yeah, man. I was disappointed.
Because it is the emotion, right? The
Yes.
emotion is everything.
Emotions and everything. That's why nobody wants to see that 205 shit. Flip, 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 flip.
I'll tell you
Video
what,
game.
Some of the flips I see are pretty incredible. Some of the shit that
Yeah,
happens.
I love the 205 shit.
Do you really? You seek it out? See, I've watched it live a couple times, and I've seen it whenever they put it in the purple ropes, the whole thing. I enjoy it. I don't seek out the 205, and it's probably because I just don't. I don't have enough time almost.
It's not for me all the time. Like I enjoy it in small doses.
Yeah,
I like watching
I agree
it.
with that.
But yeah, a whole show of it, I kind of tend to tune out. But Robbie spoke to that earlier. He said that's kind of what people want nowadays is that in-ring entertainment as opposed to less of the drama, storyline, microphone stuff, and they want to see it done in the ring.
real athleticism, though. Some of the shit they're doing.
205 Live is interesting, though, because people kind of don't want to see the 205 Live style. They want to see the CWC style. When they had the Cruiserweight Classic on the network, that's what people gravitated towards, and that's what people really loved. When they came over to 205 Live and Vince kind of got more involved, he said, let's slow everything down. Let's do the headlocks. Let's do the more traditional style. And I think he failed to realize in that moment that that's not what people want out of these guys. We want this to be the unrealistic, the ridiculous, the acrobatics, the maybe a bit too many false finishes in every match, because that's just what the guys work best.
Respect.
That's what the people want, Rip. What are you
That's
going
what
to do?
the people want, bro.
Wait a minute. What the people fucking want. If I'm a goddamn heel, you don't tell me what to do in my goddamn match.
Oh, now we're gonna
Oh,
dig in.
yeah. Fuck you. Like Ronnie Garvin would say, but Ronnie, you're boring. Fuck them.
Jesus.
Five more minutes, all of a sudden they're screaming because you didn't do what they wanted. I want Michael Jordan to dunk. He didn't. Oh, I'm mad. He didn't dunk.
Michael Jordan would have dunked though, probably. Like I'm just saying.
Pat,
just saying.
are you allowed to share what Baron said in the ring last night whenever the guy called him out?
Oh yeah, so he had a good. He had a dark match, I guess, at SmackDown in Indianapolis afterwards. When 205 was happening, it was a tag team thing, and it's Indianapolis, right? So a lot of people know that he's a Colt from wrestling fans. So some guy was up in. Some guy yells out to him. He goes, "You got cut, right?" And Baron goes, "Are you talking to me?" And the guy goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You couldn't even afford lower level tickets," and basically screamed at this dude in the top row. Right? I think there needs to be more of that. I think the live show part of it needs to happen more often. The give take with the crowd that is almost feared that doesn't happen much anymore. And I talked about this last week. There was AJ Styles was speaking, and it was a quiet arena. Okay. Quiet arena. There was one guy who paid high dollar for a ticket who was near the camera and the microphone, was like, "You suck." Just so matter of fact, right? AJ Styles' microphone was picking it up. That's how close the guy was. "You are so overrated." This guy is just having a conversation with AJ Styles on my TV right now. And AJ didn't even address it, just kept on, just started his thing and just talked. And I'm like, man, he missed a heckling moment right there. That's a moment for the heckler. I hope wrestling starts doing that more. The in-ring shit, the incredible athleticism is cool, but I just hope there becomes a lot more.
You want the heckle.
I want the energy.
Okay, now.
Because that's energy right
Okay, now. If somebody gets on me, I cut them to shreds. But I'm losing my heat because now people like me. Now I'm funny. they don't hate me. I want them to hate me.
Vince McMahon is hilarious, and he's a heel. I think that's one of the funniest guys on earth. I think Vince McMahon is one of the funniest dudes on earth. The Kiss My Ass Club, like the amount of gut sack that takes to just be like, yep, this is what we're going to do, guys. You all work for me, and I've decided a new rib is going to be, you guys are going to have to kiss my ass on national
to
TV.
Rib's point, he does make a good point, because I was thinking about that, and I thought about The Rock doing it back in the day too. He would come out and insult people in the crowd, but then like it made me like him more.
Elias Sampson, it's happening right now.
Yes.
It's happening with Elias.
Kevin Owens does that a fair amount too. And this is part of the reason I really enjoy like live events, like the house shows and stuff like that, because everyone is willing to experiment more with that. And it's more of an intimate, it's the old territory days with Rip, I'm sure. When these untelevised events happen, people don't give a shit what they say. Vince probably told AJ, if anyone heckles you, you don't respond. You just keep going. You stay on script. Everyone's been told to stay on script. If they let him play around and respond to people like that, like I love that shit. That's what Stone Cold Steve Austin was so great for. That's what The Rock was so great for. There's so many that are able to make or break their career based on it.
Hold on,
I feel like they should at least be allowed to try.
They still have to. The modern day wrestlers have to deal with something that Austin started. What?
Yeah.
Like if you even think about speaking in a rhythm at all and you aren't speaking any good shit, you are getting whatted out of that fucking building. And you can't even respond to that because you have to stay on script. So it's not even like you can't even respond to an entire arena just dominating you right now.
The good rib is it could be your time to do it, right? And all of a sudden you got your arch nemesis for this top spot, Jeff Vibert. He's paid his brother and his cousin to start the what yell during your promo to fucking kill that motherfucker. I'm telling you the reality of wrestling.
Oh, what a hilarious move.
That's a hell of a gimmick, ain't it?
I mean, Paul Heyman was known to. Paul Heyman would start piping in CM Punk chants early in WWE ECW because he wanted to get CM Punk over. So apparently he started piping him in.
Because in the mob mentality, if other people are doing something, I feel like I can do that for sure. That's such an easy rib.
Monkey see, monkey do's everything.
By the way, we got to think about doing that, by the way, if I get into wrestling, guys. Pay all your friends.
One more thing on Raw we got to get to, which I really enjoyed, was Braun Strowman didn't have a match at WrestleMania. So he came out and he entered himself in the tag team battle royal and went ahead and won it. So now it looks like he's going to get a tag team title shot at WrestleMania against The Bar.
In a handicap match, so he's going to have both. He's going to have both belts at the same time. He's going to be the tag team champion.
I can only hope.
Has that ever happened? Has that ever happened before? It had
Nope.
Never.
Nope.
Braun Strowman's the right guy to do it for.
Yeah, you know what? I don't hate this because there were rumors that came out a few weeks ago, I think from Dave Meltzer, where he's like, as of right now, Braun doesn't have a spot on the show. They're thinking about putting him in the host type role where he's in between matches doing segments.
He's just going to come out and go,
completely wrong. Yeah, that seemed wrong to me. Having your most over guy on the entire show not have a match, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So I'm okay with him having this. I'd still rather him be in that main event triple threat with Roman and Brock. But this will do because Cesaro and Sheamus are both, obviously fantastic. They'll make him look great. And hopefully we get that.
Sheamus seems to hurt people all the time. I feel like people.
He does. He's a little reckless.
I feel like people get hurt with Sheamus. He seems like a really intimidating fella. Is there anything else that we need to get to? We have been on this a long time. Anything else happen?
Those were the mostly important things. SmackDown was tough to get through this week. Really, that Shane story was the only one.
It was slow, wasn't it? The Indianapolis crowd was dead because whenever he said that he's going to be disappearing for a while, there was no pop at the end. Those shows are long.
Let's see. I'll give you a quick rundown here. Sasha Banks defeated Sonya Deville. Elias was too beat up from his match last week. He said he couldn't even play. He said, Braun, this is your fault. He walked off.
It's a shame.
Finn Balor beat Seth Rollins. And then Asuka defeated Mickie James, won on SmackDown, had a little square off with Charlotte, and they're kind of setting up their feud for WrestleMania.
All right.
That's a match I'm very excited about. Outside of AJ and Shinsuke, I think Charlotte and Asuka might be my most anticipated match at this year's WrestleMania. I think that's going to steal the show.
The women athleticism has become so incredible. It's been quite an evolution in this wrestling world. There's some very impressive shit happening out of the ladies.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, they still botch a move or two here and there, but it's so much better than it was, and it's entertaining now.
watching him live at NXT was cool. There was some really good shit happening. It's like, man, I'm happy we're at the point where the ladies will do this because it would never happen. It's good shit. I can't wait to see it.
And you got to be involved in a great match down there. Cole and Aleister Black. That Aleister Black finisher, that spinning kick he does.
Oh yeah.
That's one of the best looking kicks in the business right now.
I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for me, he might have got a chair to his head, right, Rip?
He would have happened. And the winner was Aleister. How'd you say it?
Black.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you had the head up more, and you really milked it good.
Well,
so.
you got to make sure you have your head up and make sure you project because you don't want to come soft on the microphone. You come soft, you look like you're scared. If you're scared, the crowd's going to eat you alive. You got to come in hot on that fucking microphone.
That's like 47 hours of being on that shitter talking about Bay.
It was an average promo.
It was all right, you know.
Only got 300,000 views or something like that.
Something like that. But that's just another day in the life of fucking Pat McAfee. That was the guy. What was the guy? Pat McAfee. Yeah, he was over just like fucking Vibsy.
All right, I appreciate you guys. We'll see what the fuck happens with my wrestling life. I'm still. I feel good. I want to get in a ring, by the way.
Well, you got the big fucking delt, you know, and the big rib I'm thinking about was that fucking Shinsuke Nakamura, or whatever. That some bitch speaks better fucking English than a goddamn English fucking major with a PhD.
No way.
He just kayfabing you all motherfuckers.
No
Get fucking
way.
real.
No
fucking
way.
Fucking Marks.
That's the best actor on earth. He's the best actor on earth, then, if that's the case.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the best actor on earth.
What?
All right, it's been fun. You've been listening to the Thursday Wrestling Recap from at Robbie Barstool, at Nick Morado, at the Jeff Ibbert, at Hustler2754, at Die Schmidt. We appreciate you so much. Hope you have an incredible rest of your Thursday. And, yep, see ya.